Perfect. Perfect. Perfect.
Hey, yo, what up, everybody? It is Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it's your boys, Mike and Mish, with the Mike and Mish Show. What up, Mike?
Yo, what is happening? I was rushing over here. I almost missed it. I almost missed the show. Last week I was here for an entire day before the show started, and today I just ran
Why were you
over here.
rushing today? What were you
I
doing?
was rushing. I had to go to the bathroom before the show, and I just dawned
Oh,
on me
and
last second.
you're single papa in today,
Yeah.
this week, right? Yeah, single
Yeah,
dad.
daddy daycare over here.
Daddy daycare. What's that like? Having the girls and having Steph on a vacation.
It's good. It's mostly peaceful.
You didn't shake them at all, did it? Did you? No.
No, but they are both sleeping. Not gonna tell
Nice.
you anything got there.
Nice. Good
Yeah.
job, Mike.
Yeah, see, life goes on. See, guys, you can do it. You can do it. Take me as an example. No faith, no faith. This is the first time Steph's been away from the family. You know that? How crazy is that?
That
How
is crazy.
crazy is that?
Because how old is Bristol now? 6?
Bristol's 6. Brooklyn is gonna be 9 next month.
Holy shit.
That's
And Steph has
crazy.
never gone anywhere
Never,
with her friends or her sisters or anything like that since they've been born.
never like overnight for an extended amount of time. No, this is the first time. Everyone's still alive and fed. And they
Dude,
may have made it to school today. Maybe.
I can give you props, but I gotta tell you, dude, I did that for an entire year while Amy was deployed, while I had a 4-year-old and a 7-year-old. So
Oh, sounds like a lot of fun.
yeah, 1 full year of it. Do you guys remember this? I think no, this was before I started the show. Before I started the show, and I was just a regular fucking guy doing talking shit about
Regular,
fights.
everyday normal guy.
Everyday regular normal guy. I got a pretty good spaghetti sauce. Me and Mike would just talk shit about fights. We wouldn't do it on a microphone in front of people
No.
watching us. So back then, Amy goes on a deployment for a full year. Nolan just turned 4, was just turning 4, and Jackson was 8 at the time. She leaves. She comes back from this deployment. I got a pull-up bar in the laundry room doorway. I got a putting green in the living room. I got a speed bag and a kick bag in the dining room. I got a fucking basketball hoop in the hallway door upstairs. She walks in the house and she's like,
you were coming back?
she's like, what the fuck is going on in here? And I'm like, welcome home. She's like, all this shit is going. All of it's getting out of here. I basically, it was the best house for the full year, and it still is the best house. The basketball hoop remains in the kitchen. The pull-up bar remains in the doorway to the laundry room. And that's it. The putting green's gone. The kick bag is in the garage. The speed bag is gone. It's everything's gone. It's all gone. But anyways, that was just my little story about being a single father for a year. Bryce was just in the comments section in the waiting room.
He's in. He's out.
So here's the deal, guys. We got a double header for you tonight. We have a future champion. I say that with wholeheartedness. I believe this kid is a future champion in the company. We got a future champion and then the current heavyweight champion coming on after him. So we're going to start off the show with Bryce Baba Yaga Henry, who's fighting this weekend against Roderick Stewart. We'll talk to him about that, and then we'll follow him up with Big Ben Rothwell, the reigning defending heavyweight champion of the world. Before we do, though, we got to shout out our sponsors, and I'm going to pull their graphic up on the screen, and then we'll get to talking with Bryce. What do you think about that, Mike?
Yeah, do it.
All right, go over to Full Blast at fullblastclothing.com. Check out their lineup of t-shirts and hoodies and hats and everything they got on there. They are a company for the fighters and the fans. Hold nothing back and give all you got in the ring and give all you got in life, my friends. Full Blast Clothing. Go follow them on Instagram, at Full Blast Clothing. Check out the shirt right here. I wear it all the time because it's comfortable as hell and I love it. And it makes my arms look a lot bigger than they actually are. Right, Mike? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
It's the angles. You're
It's
like
the
a
angles.
model.
It's the cut of the jib. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're like the perfect Instagram model just for arms. All right. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
ready.
Go ahead, dude.
Let's go. When we come back, we'll be joined by Bryce Henry. Let's go.
Whoa, there he is. The future is in the building. What's going on, Bryce? How are you?
I'm good, man. How are you? How
Very
are
good.
y'all?
We are
We're
always
good. We're doing good. Doing
Hey,
really good.
quick question. Where
Yes.
the fuck did y'all get them pictures from? Because I didn't even get them shits.
I'll send him
Oh.
to you. I got him from
We-
BKFC.
We know a guy. We know a guy, Bryce. We can get.
Yeah, we know a guy. We got a guy for that.
I got
Hey,
some of them. I ain't get all of them.
Where are
I'll
you?
send them to you.
Where are you at right now? Are you still in Florida, or are you already out in Indiana?
No, I'm in Florida. I leave tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, 11:50. The plane takes off. So
Oh,
yeah, I
that's
leave
not
right
bad.
early.
11:50 though. At least you don't have to get up at 5 a.m. and catch like a 7 a.m. flight or some shit
And
like that. You know?
that's early as fuck for me because I sleep till like 5 until I go to fucking practice. So
Oh,
Really?
yeah, you're living like a
yes.
second shift.
I'm
schedule.
not with that early bird get the worm shit. I don't like the early shit at all. I don't like the sun.
What-
I don't like none of that.
What time you go to bed at night? What time does your head hit the pillow? 4 a.m.?
Shit, later than that when the sun rises.
Jeez. Well,
Yeah,
I
man.
guess if you're like, I mean, you're like a third shift worker.
Right.
Yeah.
Pretty
I
much.
know. I used to work overnights, the fucking security guard shit, but after that, nah. This fighting shit paying good now.
Good. That's what it's all about, right? I mean, obviously, you love the sport, any sport, combat sport, right? You like boxing, you like bare knuckle fighting. But when you can pay the bills with something you love to do, I mean, that's the goal. That's the dream right there. You know, you walk by somebody or you say something. This happens to me every single day at work. I walk by someone and I say, "Good morning, what's up?" And they go, "Living the dream," just like that. And I just
Miserable
want to
as
be like,
fuck.
"Are you really though? Why do you even say that? Come on,
Nah, niggas, they be
you're
miserable
living
as
the
shit.
dream.
They miserable as shit. They never like
Yeah.
that shit.
Yeah,
You're living the dream, Bryce."
their dream was to turn
your thing.
wrenches on a helicopter. That was their dream, apparently.
No, fuck no.
So, hey, at this point in your life, I know that you love bare knuckle fighting, but you also love boxing. Which one do you love more at this point? Are you done with glove boxing, or you still got a love for that too?
No, I'm not gonna lie. Bare knuckle is more fun. I'm not gonna lie. Even the whole little crowd and how they push you out more. Boxing like the long term, like the end of the road type shit. That's where the big money come when you're up. You got a resume. Like bare knuckle right now is actually paying the bills very well. So why not stick with it? You know, I mean, they promote me very well. When the fuck have you heard me come up in boxing? The last one, not even bare knuckle. They keep putting me out there, and I'm gonna stick with it until the wheels fall off.
They
Yeah,
don't
boxing,
put
like,
you out there as frequent as we would like to see you out there, though.
Yeah.
And I think that might have a problem with you as a talent. Like you are extremely good. You're young and powerful, and you have shown that. And maybe it is hard to find you competition, and that does suck for you. But it also is like, man, you must have a little chip on your shoulder, be like,
Yeah, you know, shit happens. I can't control none of that, so I can't put a gun to somebody's head, like, "Oh, fight me." I can't do that, but hey,
Can
man,
we
fuck
though?
it.
Have we tried this?
Nah. You trying to
Can we
get me in
try?
trouble? You trying to get me in
A
trouble?
hypothetical gun, right? Or should I say, no? But that's the thing. Like, how dare these people want to fight, right?
Yeah.
Listen, I don't go into fighting because I don't want to fight people. I like to watch
Mhm.
people fight people, right? So I'm not just gonna. But if I was a fighter and I wanted to fight, why the hell would I not like take fights? Do you think people being too choosy or being allowed to be too choosy nowadays? I really do feel like people are too friggin' choosy.
I think it's both. If you can be honest, yeah, I think it's both. Cause
Hey, bro.
even this fight, I was supposed to fight Jake first. Like, wait, it was fucking Omaha. I was supposed to fight Jake Lindsay, and then he pulled out, and then I got another contract for this fight, and he pulled out again. I'm like, what was going on? Because the first time I felt bad for him, he was going through some shit. But the second time, they didn't say anything. So I'm like, damn, what's going on? Is he scared? Like, what's going on? So, but I never heard why. So, and then they pulled this guy out of fucking nowhere. I'm like, okay, let's do it. At least it's a payday is a payday. So let's just run it.
Hey, Bryce.
Is
Just
this
before
who's
we
this over
continue
here?
this conversation, you are the boogeyman, the Baba
Mhm.
Yaga.
No,
Check.
no, you got it wrong.
You're the killer of the boogeyman. Check this
Yeah,
kid out.
wait, there we go. What the fuck is this?
That's my son.
Oh,
He just, he
oh,
just
Is
I
that
thought like,
is that Michael Myers?
yeah, he just snuck in here to show me his Michael Myers costume.
hey man, I wouldn't fight. I wouldn't fight that guy.
Love you. Yeah.
I
I
would
hate it.
have to say though, shout out to Nolan. That was Nolan.
Yeah.
I do think that Jake Lindsay would be down to fight. I don't think he's as choosy. We've seen him fight some fights, right? So if you got injured, you got injured. It is what it is. But like up to this point, and we've been saying it a lot on this show,
Mhm.
we need to see you more, but we're privy to many people turning down fights. They just won't fight you, and you got to wait. And then it really gets crazy with the choosiness around town. I really think it's too much. I feel like, okay, you guys got 20 people. How many fights are you going to get offered to be choosy? Hey, if you think you're going to lose, then I guess you're going to lose. Like, I don't know what's going on with the choosy. And it's not just bare knuckle, it's in everything, right?
Yeah,
It happens often now. I think that promoters are allowing people to not fight, like to make too many choices. I don't feel like this happened back in the day as
I
much.
think
It
I
didn't.
think I
It
like
didn't
I,
happen back in the day.
I think I like bare knuckle more because it's actually happening a lot more in boxing. Bare knuckle is a lot more real, not because like the no gloves and shit and the false sense of protection, but it happens in boxing, and then I think that's one of the reasons why I fuck with bare knuckle a lot more as well. So
Yeah. I do agree with you because they do like when you were talking about boxing, that bare knuckle is definitely more fun. You're having more fun. When you
hmm
get into bare knuckle, they're throwing you into the fire. A lot of the fighters, and there's a lot of new fighters, there's some seasoned fighters and so on, but there are better fights coming up quicker,
hmm
right? You could have 2-3 fights and you're in a big fight, a good fight. You see a lot of them. Yeah, in boxing, I fought 100 amateur fights and then I fought, and now I'm 22-0, still haven't fought anybody of note.
hmm
It's like, I
hmm
see that all the time. I see it all the time.
Man, they trying to do their best to build a fighter, and then when he finally runs into a real fighter, and then he get knocked the fuck out. The shit, I don't know. The shit be stupid.
Yeah.
Th-
Yeah.
And this one, no offense to Roderick Stewart.
hmm
Good on him taking this fight on short notice and giving you a fight, like saving your fight.
Yes, sir.
But we really wanted to see you fight Jake Lindsay because Jake Lindsay is a title contender in that
hmm
division, and he is been a top fiver for the last 3 years.
hmm
This was your moment to fight a top 5 guy. You get that win, and you have absolutely no reason not to fight for a title at the 165. And then this happens again,
Yeah.
and like I don't know if a win over Roderick Stewart gets you that. It's got to hurt a little bit. I know that you're kind of a go with the flow guy, and you're always
Yeah.
you're cool as cool as a cucumber, as they say. But like, it's got to fucking annoy you, right? That like the level, maybe not level. Like, we don't know how good Roderick Stewart actually is, but
Yeah.
the name recognition level is significant. You know
hmm
what I mean? And that does
hmm
kind of hurt, right?
I ain't gonna lie, like, with all due respect, for Roderick, when Ryan called me and said, "Yo, I got some good news and bad news for you," so I'm like, "Oh shit, here we go. I'm probably not fighting anymore." He said, "No, no, no. The good news is you're still fighting. The bad news is Jake pulled out." So I'm like, "Damn, okay." I ain't gonna lie, I was pissed. He could tell I was pissed. I was pissed. I was very fucking bad. And then he said, don't worry, you're still fighting, but you're fighting some 2-2 guys named Roderick, Stewart. You heard of him? Like, no. He said, go check him out real quick, because I hate watching fighters. So I went to go look him up. I'm like, oh my God, here we fucking go. So you made me, I made me wait for a fucking main event for this bullshit. Like I said, he's a hell of a fighter. He has arms, he has hands, he can swing back. But I was very mad because I actually want to fight Jake and whip Jake ass and like show everybody like, man, this guy ain't nothing. So
And
shit happens.
like I said, that's like that was your ticket. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
Jake, we like Jake too. But if you beat a guy like Jake Lindsay, who basically, you ask people who watched the Go Jake fight, it was 50, like a lot of people were 50-50 on that.
Yeah.
Half the crowd was saying that Go won, half the crowd was saying that Jake was winning. And especially because Go kept turning his back on him. They were like, no,
Mhm.
Go kept turning. It's Jake. It's Jake. So like he could have very well been the 165-pound champion. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it does hurt a little bit. And I wanted to ask you this because in the comment section, Ryan said your manager Ryan Perez says
Mhm.
this kid got ducked at 155 and 165. Now we got to fight
Mhm.
at 170. 170. Now that brings me to something that we learned about you in one of those hype videos. You said that you have Graves' disease,
Yeah.
right? Now, Graves' disease, I had to look it up and I had to read into it, and it affects your metabolism. Your thyroid. It speeds up your metabolism. It basically says right here you have weight loss despite normal and increased appetite. So what I'm getting at here is it seems like you stay trim, and
Mhm.
even if you wanted to put on size, is that hard for you to put
So
on weight when you have a disease like that? That's like your metabolism is so fast that you're constantly burning calories.
the thing about it could go both ways. So your weight could fluctuate. So it go up and down. So
Oh,
it isn't. Yeah, it's not just one way. Nah, it's that shit is so dumb. But what it does is, everybody has a fucking thyroid. I have one.
hmm.
You guys have one. So mine causes my heart to overreact and overwork itself. So that fucking that one boxing fight, the last one I had, I lost that shit because I couldn't move like I wanted to. So I ain't no excuses. I just couldn't move. So yeah, I said fuck that shit, and that just happened. Like how like if you could do this with your hand, right? Imagine somebody grabbing your fist and trying to move. That's how my whole body felt that night. So you have
Damn.
flares, and that night was the worst flare. So
Hmm.
shit happens. I guess that was my path. Even the greats got losses. So fuck it. But and this disease is a lifelong disease. You can't cure it. You could do like 3 treatments. You could do radiation, surgery, or medication. I went with the safest route, which was medication, and it takes a year plus to regulate. Mine took 9 months, so it was way faster than others. But I just adapted to it, like in the ring. Like I would fight. Every fight is not the same, so I just adapted to it like that. Like how you do in
You
life.
know, this is how dumb I am, Bryce. I had
Yeah.
something with my thyroid as well, and I don't know if I was like over, if it was like what you got or the opposite, but I was on the stuff called synthroid or some sort of thyroid medicine for
Yeah.
like 5 years, 6 years. I was taking that shit, and
Yeah.
then all of a sudden they like fucking checked me. I don't know what they did, but they were like, "No, you don't need to take that medicine anymore. You're good." And it went.
Mhm.
So like yours is lifelong. I don't
Yeah.
know. Maybe the doctors that I were seeing didn't know what the fuck they were talking
Nah,
about.
you're probably fine. I'm fucked. I'm fucked.
Hypothyroidism.
You got hypo, you got hyper. I actually go both. So I think
Yeah.
at first I was hyper, and mine's converted to hypo.
Damn,
Yeah. Shit
man.
happens. It's okay. Don't feel bad for me. I ain't dead yet.
Listen. You're a great person,
Doing
and
well.
here's what I got to say to you, Bryce. What you did for the Make a Wish kid, let him work your corner for your last fight, whoever that was very good on you, man. Good for you, buddy.
Man, that was damn Reddit. That's my guy, JC. Damn Make a Wish. That's my guy, man.
Who? I
Ain't
thought.
no damn Make a
Wait a
Wish
second,
kid.
Mike. Who was this? Did you know this?
No.
No, man. That's one of the podcasts. I think when I sat down for like a year plus, like 14 months, or when I ain't fight for bare knuckle. So it was this guy named Jason McDonald. So when everybody said fuck Bryce, he was the only person like keeping me in the loop. Like, oh, this is a great fighter. He want to do podcasts. He was always been there for me. So I said, damn dog, like I gotta give this. Me, and my coach. He brought the idea to me. He said, yo man, you gotta do something special for that guy. He always been there. Like everybody else said, fuck you, just go out there and do something for him. I said, bet, bet, bet. And then I said, damn, we came to agreement like, yeah, we should put him in my corner. So we're like, damn, fuck it, why not? Shit, he was loyal, so let's treat him as such. So even this fight, I'm putting him in my corner as well.
I
But he
know,
in the
Bryce.
first.
Nice.
I was fucking with you, dude. I
I'm
was
like,
fucking
damn,
with
y'all
you.
fucked
We
up.
know who Gator.
Y'all fucked up.
We know who Gator is, man. Good for you guys keeping the crew together. That is cool. And you know what that does is it also shows like your skill level is so high right now that like really that is fucking dope that you put a friend like that in your corner and just have the mastermind Ryan Perez doing this thing. Very cool, dude. I
Yeah, man.
appreciate that.
Him and his family like my family now.
That's awesome. So this weekend, Hammond, Indiana. You ever been to the state of Indiana? I never even heard of Hammond, Indiana until they announced that this event was going to Hammond, Indiana.
Shit, me
You know what I
either.
mean? I was like, what the fuck is Hammond, Indiana? So you check the place out, you're headlining it. I mean, I don't know how you are as a person. You don't seem to get shook or flustered at all about anything.
Nah.
But you are 3 or 4 days out from a main event.
Yeah.
3 days out from a main event. You're main eventing your first event for the BKFC, right? This is the first main event.
Mm-hmm.
Any kind of nerves or anything like that compared to the previous fights, or is it all business as usual for you?
I think nah, I wouldn't say nerves. 'Cause I mean you all seen the fan scene. I'm super comfortable. So like I see no reason to get nervous. I remember when I was coming up in amateurs, right? Tell me like, oh man, like what you be nervous for? You're gonna get hit. Except that like that's the reality. You're gonna get hit. So why be nervous? So once he said that shit, that shit stuck with me fucking forever. So I'm like, damn, this man is right. Like, cause he was a boxer as well, so he know how I feel. It's not coming from some random guy on the street or some random lady. Like he actually been in that ring. He said, bro, once you get hit, you're gonna be fine. So why be nervous? And then once I heard that, I don't get nervous anymore. You see me, I go in there and be like water. I be chilling, like nothing phases me. So, and I kind of been through hell with life, so that's a big part too. So, yeah,
Nice, man.
Like Bruce Lee said, you gotta be like
Be like
water.
water. Yeah.
That's right. Be the water.
yes sir.
That is nice.
Man.
Go ahead, Mike.
No, I feel like I'm on repeat, like a broken record. I just really want to see Bryce and the big lights fighting for the title. It's coming. I want to get too hyped up, but I just, I feel like it's been a long time coming. And just like Kyle said, it was coming up so we could see this, and hey, it's coming. It's coming down the line. I just maybe Christmas time. What do you say? They're coming back in Christmas. If you get in and out of this fight, then you'd be ready for Christmas time in Miami. That could be.
They
card
said
right there,
they said, oh, if he comes out unscathed, they said, oh, if Bryce comes out unscathed, he fights December. So I'm like, I believe it when I see the contract. So
Yeah.
I mean,
You don't want to get too happy.
Nah,
They have 2 events. They do have 2 events already lined up for December. They got the big one in Miami, December 5th, and then they got Mohegan Sun Casino, I think December 20th. I think
Yeah.
the date is the 20th.
I don't care where it is. Julian Lane can't run forever. They ducked me at 55. They can't duck me at 65. Now I'm fighting a 185er. They had to bring him down. So I'm like, bro, anybody can get it. I'm ready.
I think
That'll be a good
Julian's
fight up
down
here,
to fight
actually.
anybody too, though.
Shit, he better be ready. You getting a race. You getting a fucking ring with Bryce. I'm not no like slap over it. Everybody know this kid is sharp, tall, strong. They're like, damn, they're gonna rethink that shit when they actually get in the ring. So we're gonna see.
Man, that's a good fight for Connecticut.
Hell yeah.
Because
Julian fought. He headlined Connecticut the last time they were there.
He did, and he fought on MMA circuits up here and stuff like that. So he's known around this area. So that would be a good place for, because it's not far from us. It's about an hour from me, Mohegan Sun. So that's a perfect.
It's a great
card.
arena.
But I was thinking Miami, of course, because I mean you're over there. It's right down the street for you.
Hell yeah. My bad. I look at this damn shit.
That's all right.
Hey, I wanted to give your brother some props because you came up with your brother. You said that you got your start because your brother was boxing.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody was talking about your brother. Wait till Bryce's brother gets in there. He's gonna fucking wreak havoc. And then like you got to admit, his first fight out there, you're like, what are you doing, bro? Right? Like he was having a hard time for 4 rounds, and then he starches the dude in the 5th round. From fight 1 to the second fight,
Yeah.
Woo! What a difference. Props to your brother. It's a new sport. I know that you've been doing it, but it was
Mm-hmm.
a new sport for him. Like, what are you thinking about your brother's trajectory possibly in the sport as well?
See, with that, it had a lot of factors. A lot people didn't know a lot of shit, so they called him off the couch. He had a training camp for 4 days. He fought in a different altitude. He didn't fight in 4 to 5 years professionally at all. All he did was fucking go to work. Just he's a videographer, so that's all he did. He be around women. So all he did was that, and then he just got the call that, oh, you're gonna fight in Albuquerque. He's like, fuck it, why not? My brother did it, so yeah, I mean, you
Yeah.
seen, and there's a higher weight class. That's not his weight class. That's my weight class. He fought 65 when he's usually a 55er or a 45. So, he did what he had to do. He looked a little rough. Shit happened.
4 days.
That fight had me hyped up.
That was crazy.
I'm going to tell you what, because we know you already.
Yeah.
And he probably knows this, and you know this, and everybody around is going to. He had eyes on him. Like, we're thinking, like, yo, he's come out here and smoke this dude. Like, I think he's coming out there. It's going to be over fast, Putting too much pressure on him, which, people just do it. I did it naturally. I wouldn't even have to think about it. I just did it by accident, I'm thinking he's going to come out there and do what I see you do. And not that he's not capable of doing it, but I don't know the guy. So I'm watching him, and then obviously we know what happened. And I'm watching him going, Jesus, I'm going, what the fuck is going on here? I thought this was going to be totally different. Like, and now the next round goes by, and I was like, damn, man, holy fuck. And I know Ryan Perez is upset. I already know that. I can already, in my head, I'm like, oh, he's probably fucking ripping on the side. Like, I know he's pissed. I know he's going to be talking shit. I'm like, damn. And then all of a sudden, that shot come out of nowhere.
Boom.
End of the fucking fight. It blew my mind. Like, I was yelling. I was screaming. I'm all by myself. I tend to watch it on my phone as I do errands and shit. I scare people in like a fucking supermarket and shit like that because I'll just yell out of nowhere because I have my AirPods in. Dude, that had me so hyped when he won that fight. I was like, holy shit.
Nah, man.
That shit was awesome.
My ass was clenched on that seat. I was sweating like, what the fuck is going on? But like, for him to be very young, he has a lot of power. So I'm like, damn, dog, what's going on here? Like, I know what's going on. Fucking altitude. It's your first time. So I'm like, but something's gonna happen. And then I look down, I look up, boom! I seen that shit in slow motion. Like, I seen the guy falling back. I'm like, oh shit! So I stood up. I'm like, oh shit, let's go. And, you're not supposed to go in the ring when like shit like that going. Dead ass almost got in the ring. I was like, bro, good fucking shit. Cause that shit had everybody shook. I'm like, bro, good fucking. Even Ryan, me and Ryan was looking at each other like, yo, what's going on here? Like you said. I'm like, hey, right, shit happens. It's his first time. Like, hey, it'd be a hell of a story. But then, boom, I was right. Hey, man. I told everybody, I said, yo, watch this. The first one was like crazy. I told them what happened. I said, watch the second one. Then you see the next one.
Yeah, watch the second one with a real training camp at like sea level. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people don't understand how high the altitude in Albuquerque is. Mike and I didn't know that because we're stupid. And like we're thinking the desert, like we're going out to the desert's going to be on the fucking, sea level or something. We're just that dumb. We didn't realize that it is as high up as Denver. It's a fucking mile high, dude. It is way up there. And we felt the altitude ourselves and we were just running around doing interviews and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, so good on your brother, man. And like that second performance was fantastic. Good. Is he going to be making the trip out to Indiana with you guys, or is it just you, Ryan, and Jason?
Of course he's coming. Oh, yeah. That's my brother, of course.
Okay. All right. So you got the whole crew going out there.
I got it.
Before we wrap up with you tonight, this is a huge opportunity. Main event, bright lights, new opponent. You were training for Jake. How does this one play out Saturday night? Like, you had to come up with a new game plan on a couple days' notice. So, don't tell us your game plan, obviously, but do you see it ending the same way that you were envisioning the Lindsay fight go?
6-0, 6 KO. When I'm in training camp, we don't train for just one fighter. We train for every fighter. So it wasn't really too much of change up. It just he's taller, longer. I kind of think this is easier because now he's level. So now it's very easy to hit him. And he's not fucking a really fast guy. So may God be with him. It's going to be easy for me. I think for me.
Well, we say it all the time on this show, Bryce. The future is very bright for you. They just got to keep you more active and keep you in that squared circle because when you're 24 years old, you could be the face of the company at some point here. They just got to give you the opportunities to get yourself to the face of the company. And Saturday night is just another step towards that for you. Thank you so much for coming on here tonight. Before we take off here, do you have a message for friends, family, your opponent, sponsors, anything? Go ahead and take a minute.
First off, got to give it up to the men above. Thank you guys for having me. Thank Ryan Perez. He's not just my coach. He's my manager. He's my coach. He's also another father figure. I thank my dad, my mom. Everybody who's still riding with me even when I had that long layoff. And just tune in Saturday and put belt to ass as always.
Put belt to ass. Thank you, Bryce. Mike, you got anything else for Bryce Henry?
Belt to ass. I mean, you said it right there. That's what he's going to do. I guess that's what you're going to see. October 18th, man. It's right around the corner. This is coming up quick. I can't wait. And you got a nice little co-main there too. So it's going to be a fight weekend. I love a fight weekend. Everybody better be tuned in. Be there or be square. Thank you so much for coming on, Bryce. It was nice talking to you. And hopefully we, hey, if you go and win this card, which, listen, I know we always say this, if you win, good luck, whatever. Everyone's always like, we don't need luck. I don't need, you're going to win. I know you know you're going to win. But hopefully, if you don't get hurt and you can get on that freaking December card in Florida, that would be fantastic, and hopefully we'll see you there, man. So
yes, sir. And also this, Ryan taught me luck is for the mediocre, so I don't need that shit, but I appreciate it.
Best of skill, best of luck, good luck, all that stuff. It's always hard to come up with. It's just a natural phrase. But anyways, man, take care, be safe, and we'll be watching this weekend. All right.
Likewise, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Likewise, I appreciate y'all.
Thank you, man. Stay tuned, people. We'll be right back with Ben Rothwell.
There he is, the baddest man on the planet, the heavyweight champion in the BKFC, Ben Rothwell. What up, man? How are you?
Let's just jump right in. Baddest man on the planet, man. That's some big respect you're putting on me. And if it was true, people probably forgot because it feels like almost a year ago when that stuff happened. So,
well,
y'all must have
need more fights. Need more fights to prove I'm the baddest.
I believe this too, and I don't know what's going on with you and that belt, the big tournament, Perdomo. You're popping up at all these events. You're a massive ambassador for this sport. We just saw you in Newark. So before we get into Newark and all that stuff, what is going on with you? Are they having conversations? Are they finally talking about getting you back in there?
First, let me just clear the air with that. I don't want to sound like anything negative because I was on a poster to fight in July in Australia. So I know we forgot about it. It was kind of like a speed bump, but that would have been awesome. I would have fought in January, fought in July. So it was there. It was about to happen. BKFC did their thing. It had nothing to do with them, right?
Right.
The Perth's government, not Australia, Perth's government.
I can't believe. I'm glad you said that because for some reason, I just blanked on that. I completely forgot that was a thing. Wow.
So, that was a thing.
That sucks.
It's an unfortunate thing.
Rumors. I'm not really saying anything out of line because Dave Feldman had on some podcasts said it. They're looking at Australia again. They're talking to them, and fingers crossed. Anything could happen. So different parts want it. The ticket sales in Perth even showed it. The people wanted it. The wrong people, a couple of people that are the voice of all the rest, talked for everybody, and obviously it's not a good thing. So, but let's face it, Australia loves fighting. We want to get them onto the BKFC bandwagon. I'm proud to be an ambassador wherever it is in the world. People are catching on. Live events are making fans. It's an incredible sport. You know, as David Feldman said, he didn't create this, you know, following behind another company. He created an entire new sport. He did. And when you go to a live event, it really rings clear that this isn't like anything else. And I would go to every single event if I could. It's just not, you know, feasible with an event almost every weekend and all around the world. But I try to go to the big ones, and what a blast every one of them have been. Every new city opened up in Texas, New Jersey was incredible. Even though the New Jersey commission was brutal, and some 30 plus fights, 30 plus fighters were not given an opportunity because of their guidelines and their medicals and whatnot. And still, BKFC persevered. They got in and amassed over 10,000 people. The arena looked full to me. Had an amazing time, and you guys were there too.
Yeah.
I think it was what an incredible main event, co-main event, just the fights in general. A lot of awesome fights. The women put on a great fight. Platinum, Jeremy and Stevens is just nothing but respect. What a night it was,
dude. What can you say about Platinum Perry, man? This guy is the perfect person.
Well, I'm not going to say, and I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say pussy lips for skin, as somebody tried to say.
That was crazy. Yeah, that was crazy. But did you see?
No, and I like your Platinum, and he's like, no. It's like, don't fucking say that about me. Like,
did you see what Mike said back?
Yeah, he's like,
he said,
I'll beat your
he said, your face is a pussy, and I'll beat it like a wiener.
Yeah. Set him up, and he came right back. It was great. It's like Juggernaut's trying to like somewhat like give respect, but like an insult at the same time. It was, I don't even know if he fully knew what the fuck he was saying, but Brian Social loved it. It just give him respect. It was a fucking awesome fight. And you know, Brian Stevens made it also. It takes two to tango, you know. And what a great dance they put on for everybody.
That card culminated with those two fights. And obviously, you know, it's labeled Queen of Violence, King of Violence. If those two fights didn't do well, all the new eyes are like waiting. Hey, this is the top of the heap, right? You got the two. You need to be violent. It has to be great, crazy.
It was missing one fight though. It was missing the baddest man on the planet fight.
Yeah.
And obviously, you already nominated one half of that card, the fight. So
you're right.
We all know who everybody wants you to fight.
They performed though. That was the great thing about that night, is that they both, like, the women's fight was awesome. There's a knockdown, then there's a knockdown on the other end, and then they're fighting back and forth, and then there was a nose break that ended the fight. That was crazy. And then we obviously saw the guys. I mean, even though Jeremy Stevens was in the beginning, he was doing pretty well. I thought they were going back and forth, but then he started catching a lot of heat there towards the end, but he did not give up. I mean, he just kept on going. And that really showed people how great that this sport is. And I really do love it, because they lived the title King of Violence. Even though Jeremy Stevens didn't win, he still lived that King of Violence lifestyle. You know, the women lived that Queen of Violence lifestyle, and people saw it.
Oh, and Ben, you were there. You felt when Jeremy Stevens kept getting up towards the end of that fight, when he got knocked down for the 5th time, and everybody's like, it's over. Like, everybody thought it was over. It was right at the end of the 4th round. He gets knocked down for the 5th time. And it was right at the end of the round. And we're like, it's over. He fucking stands up again. It just, like, the energy in that building.
Yeah, the roof like came off.
Like, the people were absolutely loving Jeremy Stevens at that point. They were loving Mike Perry, of course, but like when Jeremy just the balls on that guy, dude.
Yeah, respected the heart. You know, that's a world-class fighter. It's a different level. And the two of the guys have been on the world-class stage before, so they're at a different level.
Yeah, it was.
And not everybody's built that way. There's not everyone that fights is at that level. They're just not. I mean, these guys hadn't had the opportunity to be tested and go against someone as tough as them. And you can just beat up a bunch of sacrificial lambs. You can look pretty tough. I've been in 25-minute fights with multiple. I've fought and beat and lost to everything in between world champion fighters. They're a different caliber than, I just have to say, anything I faced in the BKFC. So I'm ready for those challenges. When you talk about, who they want me to fight, somebody that is a paper tiger at this point. Now he might be good, but he's never faced anything like me. So it's going to be a huge wake up call for him when he feels like I don't just lay down for him. I don't get hit with a half-ass hook, fall down, and never in my 25 years have I seen a man get hit and start tapping on the man. I was embarrassed for everything that all of us are trying to represent and be, and that brought all of our level, like brought our stock down for a second. And hopefully nobody really paid attention to it. I did. But that's the kind of guys that you're about to say. That's the kind of people he's fighting and beating. Do you understand? If I fought any Perdomo's opponents, I'm going to max out the BKFC's insurance policy. Because those dudes don't. He's talking about 1 minute. 1 minute, bro. 10 seconds. I'm putting these guys in the hospital. Are you joking? You have no idea the level you're about to step in when you're coming against me. And the people that really know. And it's not really. It's everything's against me. He's this new talent out of nowhere that's to build a new star. I'm the older guy, right? I got a name from a lot of things. I want to be the BKFC's guy, but I'm older. I'm not the new young superstar. So I got things against me. You know, really, who's it favorable to win? Well, the only chance I got is going on fighting the way I do and absolutely putting everybody on their feet, just like I did in Wells Fargo, putting 17,000 people on their feet. That when I bring that kind of performance, I don't think anything fucking matters at that point. Even if you are 8-9-0 paper tiger and got the Cuban country behind you, it's like I have to win them as fans too. So long rant because I know you're going with this whole thing. I came fucking prepared, and fuck that guy.
No, and I agree with everything you just said, and it's because of that. Do you think that they booked that fight anytime soon? Because I think that they want to keep building him up because he is this new phenom, but they do know what he's stepping into when he goes against you. And
yeah,
I don't know if they want to end that train yet.
It's easy for the everyday fan that don't know any better, but I've been in this for a minute. I've seen and done a lot of things and what makes sense and what doesn't. And the tournament coming up, let's just for say, anything could happen. They might need a huge fight early next year. Sure, it could. But I think that the fight could be even bigger, mean even more, make any more views if we build it a little bit more. And just imagine, for say, the tournament goes down and you bracket in a way that him and I end up in the semi or the final. I mean, let's just say, just crazy world.
Yeah,
him and I are in the tournament. You put us on opposite ends, and him and I end up in the finals. You have one of the biggest fight. And can you only imagine if him and I are in the finals, what our 4 fights look like to get there? So I believe if this happened, what I'm just saying, that final, what him and I just did to our first 4 opponents, makes the BKFC a world entity. Everybody's tuning in to watch that. It would be the most epic thing ever. And that can't happen if him and I fight before the tournament.
Yeah, no, that tournament still is like it's such a crazy idea.
They might not even put him in the tournament. I have to give up the belt when I go in the tournament, and then he does that thing, and I go in the tournament, and it happens.
Why don't they do so? Just spitballing here. Why don't they do it like Bellator used to do it with their tournaments? Like every time the champion fights somebody, the belt is on the line, and if that person beats it, they win the belt, and they take that belt with them to the next round of the tournament.
Don't try and be rational and speak logic. Don't do that. The Wild West. Things aren't even. The logistics aren't even figured out yet. So whatever, you're asking for way too much.
Okay, I'll stop that shit. It's crazy.
Stop it now. You stop that.
What I'm hoping is to get an offset fight in the meantime. I like to stay busy. Give me a super heavyweight fight. Let me fight. There's dudes out there that come in for a one-up. They can't fight for a belt. That's not fair to everybody else. But it makes everybody be interested to see me fight you. So just think of some big names that aren't in here, that aren't in the UFC. There's a lot that could make a really cool fight.
Bobby Lashley.
Any of that. That would be right.
Yeah, because I heard Bobby Lashley was, I don't know, Conor McGregor was on Hannity. Is that what was he on, Mike? He was on something.
Yep.
And he said that he just signed a big WWE superstar that's not a boxer, but he's a big bad fighter, and he come from the UFC. I mean, he come from the WWE. I would imagine he's talking about Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley was at the Texas event that you were at. He was there. I talked to him there. He said, "Oh yeah, I'm doing this shit."
Yeah, I called him out. That was kind of whatever. Then they brought Andre in. Andre's kind of fighting. So me and Andre could more or less fight for a title because he's like involved. But now, just throwing it out there, imagine Junior Dos Santos can't fight for a title, but that's a big fight that you could just put me and him on a card and a super heavyweight, even just for say, even though he's smaller, just because it's a special 1-0 fight. I think it's an interesting fight. For me, it's redemption.
Oh yeah.
So I'm all about it. Just like Andre. I
You know who we ran
different,
into?
This is a different ball game. This is an MMA, man. This is a different ball game, and I believe I'm without a doubt the best in the world at it. So I can only one way. Forget the talking. I just need opportunity to prove it.
When we were in Sturgis, we ran into Tim Sylvia, and he for sure was he was popping off a little bit.
Yeah, I made him mad because his buddy, his partner told him all this stuff that I agreed to that never happened. And I told the partner, I'm like, you better fix this with Tim. Because that's all bullshit. So Tim loves his buddy and he's mad at me now. And he said that they called him and like told me what the offer was. And I'm like, what do you want? And he told me his number. And I'm like, you would fight me for that? Like you wouldn't even ask for a little more than it. So kind of some back and forth.
So he
again, one more redemption fight.
Right.
So I'm going to fight Tim, Andre, Junior Dos Santos, retire. Maybe
I love that.
If I knock those three out, maybe there's a big fight for me after that.
You know what? And I'll be honest with you, Ben. When I was talking to Tim Sylvia at the after party in Sturgis, and it's Tim Sylvia, fucking UFC heavyweight champion. I don't know, Hall of Famer, probably. He probably is. He's a legend. I didn't think in a million years he was going to say that he would fight BKFC because he's 48 years old. He's been through a lot of things in his life, and I'm like,
it'd be a Frankie Edgar situation, 100%. I know he'll talk shit and try to stay different, but I know he can't lie to me. I fucking know things, and he'd be like, Frankie Edgar could fight in the right commission. And if it's not the right commission, he's not going to fight. So,
okay. Can we? Do you feel comfortable talking about that? Because let me just.
I'm limited information. Listen. I probably know less than you guys know. This is just reading a couple headlines. Like I said, I have 25 years of experience.
So with all your experience with the BKFC and the UFC, and the week of the event. David Feldman is on Ariel Helwani's show, and he says that Frankie has cleared all his medicals, but we're still checking a few things. We don't know if the fight's going to happen. He didn't say anything about the commission, did he, David? On Ariel?
No.
But he did say that Frankie passed all the medicals.
He did. He said that he passed all the medicals.
Yes, and that was on like Monday. It was on like Monday of the fight week, and then he said that something else was going on. Now he said
it was a coin toss, 50-50.
50-50 if the fight was going to happen. Now Frankie, right. I know Frankie's upset about what happened, and I would be too if I was him. He's a legend, and he was ready to fight. He was doing all the things that he was going to all the press conferences, he was doing all the podcasts, he was doing all the appearances. I get it, but he also said on his podcast that the owner of the BKFC was on his way back from Manchester, didn't have his phone, and all the stuff. But we know that David Feldman wasn't even at the Manchester event. So whatever information Frankie got from whoever was false. And then he said something about him not.
You can watch the card and see that.
But he said something on his podcast about how they're saying that I didn't pass my medicals. But on the contrary, David Feldman was on Ariel Helwani's show. You can look it up on YouTube and watch it. He said himself, Frankie Edgar passed all the medicals. We just have something else going on right now. And I don't know if it was a commission thing, but he said it's 50-50 up in the air right now. So
yeah, they didn't get into the details of what it was, but he said people would find out by the end of the day or something of that day.
So in the end, on my end of the story is like I think that Frankie was fed some false information, and he's very mad. He's very upset with the BKFC. Now, with you being, such a 30 fight veteran for the UFC, you were in the UFC just as long as Frankie was, and you know their organization, so you know how they operate, and you've seen how BKFC operates. What do you think about this whole situation? Without knowing all the details about how Frankie's feeling, what he's saying, and how the whole thing played out.
We got to keep it short. I'm going to say this. When someone has to come negatively at the BKFC, I first got to kind of put on my defense, because why is he doing that? He was hurt by something. The fact that David, I'm sure every legal entity around him said, don't say anything about it. And he did. The only reason you do is because you're trying to show you're not hiding something. You're trying to put it out there. Anybody else in his position that was trying to hide something would have said nothing. They'd either not brought it up or avoided any of those questions about it and shut it down immediately. And Dave tried to show, listen, like he loves the guy, he really wanted him on the card, trying to put it out there, like, listen, we're not trying to hide anything. But at the end of the day, we're gonna do our best to protect the fighters. So the fact that he put that out there that way shows, like, something's, and whatever it is, probably not to be discussed and talked about. HIPAA laws, God knows what else. Private to save Frankie's, nobody needs to know anything. Protect you, Frankie don't even talk about it. So the fact that he came out publicly to say something, that sucks. I hate to see that. Obviously, he was devastated. Hometown fight, was really excited, probably sold a bunch of tickets. Yeah, man, it hurts. It hurts a fighter to go through that. You feel like you lost a fight you didn't get the fight in. You feel like you failed your fans. And Frankie's the kind of guy that probably hurt him more than anything. Probably had a few of his people were super excited to see him, even though there was a whole bunch that were not excited to see him. Beside the point, he probably had those that believed in him, and he felt like he let him down, and that hurts. And I completely understand that. It just sucks that after the fact, anything negative was said. I hope the positive light is David Felton did, like, you see where the company is at. Like, it's a family business. He put his heart on his sleeve. He's putting it out there, like, hey, we're doing our best. Like, we're trying to take care of the fighters and run this thing and do a great job. So I hope you can only see respect in that. I hope Frankie sees the light. I hope that behind doors things get worked out. It sounded like, from what they said, they were trying to make sure everything was done right. Yeah. Even I heard some money was even distributed for the incident. I mean, that's awesome, especially when there's nothing in the contract saying you have to. So that means the BKFC is also trying to do the right thing. So it's just a lot on that side. If anything shows, like, hey, looking out for the fighters, trying to make sure they got compensation, it's all like positive things to me.
Absolutely, yeah. And we kind of heard the same thing about the compensation part. Yeah, it's tough. And you said it earlier in this conversation, and we were there. We were all there. We were talking to fighters in the hotel lobby that week that got pulled. Brandon Bushaw.
The second we got there,
we heard that the commission had been a nightmare, and they were doing everything they can to try to,
as if they didn't want the show.
Right, throw as many roadblocks as possible. The BKFC persevered, and they got through all the roadblocks. And even though it was a 10-fight card, it was an amazing 10-fight card, and I think they won over the commission that night. To be honest with you, I think that at the end of the night, that commission had changed their tune a little bit about the event, because one, the action in the ring was fantastic, but two, the production of the show is top notch compared to anything in the world. You've seen it, Ben. Their production of their product is fucking-tastic, and the crowd stays hyped from the moment the first fight of the night starts to the end of the night. Granted, yes, you need to have good fights in the ring, but that's the beauty of the sport. It's always exciting, it's always bloody, it's a fast-paced show. And that commission saw that they could kick off a show at 6 p.m. and be out of there by 10 p.m. And they probably loved that shit too.
With over 10,000 people cheering and leaving happy.
Right.
They could have those are the BKFC's a grappling heavy, whatever type of sport. And they get to 10,000 people there, and then it's like out of 12 fights, 8 are decision, and then the 4 that are whatever are like not so hot and boring. And like, dude, people leave pissed off. The commission would be completely different, and that's not what happened. So it's not just saying it. It's like you go to a live event, you go, wow, the pacing, the excitement to keep me involved. It's one of the most exciting sports on the planet, and in combat sports, it's setting itself apart. And I believe you ask anybody in New Jersey that night, they've been like, yeah, this is awesome.
At the end of the night, I think it was the King of Violence fight. I looked over and there was 2 of the commission guys standing right next to me, and one of them happened to look over. And when I saw, I like raised my eyes like, holy shit, this is crazy. You know, like I made like a face like, and he like looked over, and I thought he was going to like shake his head because he kind of had like a mean mug going, but he like his whole demeanor changed and he was like that with his face. And I was like, he's into it. He looked back at the ring. Him and the other guy are talking to each other. I'm like, these guys are liking this. And I knew that would happen. So much bullshit was going on behind the scenes there. It's like, do I have all the answers? I don't. Am I in the room when they're making all these different contracts? I'm not. I don't read the contracts. I just can't hearsay, right? I'm talking to you, Ben. I'm talking to different people we don't know, but you see us, we're there, and we're talking to a lot of people. And we're not just talking to fighters. We're talking to people who work for the company. We know a lot of people. We hear from other people. We get a lot of things. So what's true, what's not? We try to weigh it out, you know? I was starting to make notes because there were so many things that I was hearing about that commission leading up to fight night that was amazingly crazy, really. And one of the things was the weigh-ins. Remember the weigh-ins? How the official weigh-ins, not the ceremonial, got pushed back by hours and hours and hours because they were demanding all sorts of stuff last minute that no one has ever asked before, and like crazy things like invoices for things that weren't going to happen until the next day, and they wanted it before they even did official weigh-ins. You've got people who are friggin' starving themselves, who are dehydrated, who are ready to weigh in at 12 or 11, and they have to wait till 2 or 3 p.m. because the commission doesn't want to budge. Like, I feel like that's very unprofessional. You know, I just was like, this is amazing how long this is taking. And I hated it for the fighters.
Well, I mean, all of that is the negative part. You started with the positive, and I'm going to try to go swing back to that you've seen some of the commissioners to a live event. That was trying to lead me to a question. I wonder how much of your audience right now, I would like to wonder, have not been to a live event yet. Because if there's some out, I'm guessing you got some real fans here that watch. They've been to a live event, guaranteed. Yep, if there's any that haven't, that are interested in watching, you got to go to a live event. Because even the CNIT does not do it justice. And I'm sure the commission had watched live events on TV prior to this event, and they were still having a hard time with it. After the live event, and they heard this, and they seen the action, they felt it, and how well everything was run in between, they were completely on a different part of it. They were totally sold. And so many people, first times were there in New Jersey. It's the same thing I always get. Oh, where I'm at, Utah, Texas, Florida even. There's a couple of people that was their first time. It's always the same thing. They're like, wow. They're like, seeing it live. You feel it. You see it, the action. It's completely different. And I think, and then after you do a live event, it's funner to watch it on TV because you understand it better now. It makes more sense to you after you see a live event. So that's it, man. I'm on that kick. Go to a live event. I mean, I just feel like that's our ticket to getting more new fans.
Ben,
100%.
Mohegan Sun's last event, right? Mike and I are in the Connecticut Guard. We're in the Army National Guard, full time. We have a 1-star general that we have known for years. I deployed with him 15, 16 years ago, 18 years ago when he was
he was like a captain.
He was a captain, he got major back then. He's a 1-star general in the state of Connecticut now. This guy was at the casino that night with his wife, just getting dinner. He didn't even know the event was going on. But they thought they were going to go to the Wolf Den and see some band play, but they were there. They fucked up or something. They were there on the wrong night. They just completely boned up their plans. And the general says, "Let's see what's going on in the arena." And he texts me, and he's like, "Hey, bare knuckle fighting is in the arena tonight at Mohegan Sun. I'm here." I said, yeah. He's like, great. I'm buying a ticket for me and my wife right now. I said, okay, let me know where you're sitting. He sends me a picture of his view and he tells me what section he's in. I don't see him until 4, 5, 6 fights into the event. I go see him. He is like on his feet. He's like, this is the best live thing I've ever seen in my life. He's like, this is incredible. He goes, my wife, she's not into violence. She don't like any of this shit. She like, his wife was like, this is amazing. I cannot believe that this is a real thing. We went, Mike and I went and got Mike. Later on in the night, towards the end of the night, we go see them again. They were like, oh man, tell us when it's coming back to Mohegan Sun because we're coming again. That is like two people that do not watch combat sports. He just knew that Mike and I are in the guard and that we run a podcast and we work with the BKFC and saw that it was in the arena that night and shot me a text. It was like, hey, are you in there? I'll come check it out. Came and check it out. Now, every time I see him, he's like, hey, when are they coming back? When are they coming back? And I told him December 20th. I said, December 20th, they're back in Mohegan Sun. He's like,
if he can be there, I bet he's going to be.
Oh, yeah. He's like, we're going. Oh, yeah.
That's what I mean. It's the live events just.
It's different.
Wow. It just busts it wide open with if you just got a little bit of it. Like you said, women that aren't even into it, they become fans of it. You know what I mean? Does that happen every time? Of course not. But it brings something out in you that if you got that in you, it's gonna give that out. Like, it's such a fan friendly affair, and like that's it, man. Like I said, just this year,
and your boy Brian Sosha, you and Brian in that last event were working together, but you got to give Sosha props because like Sosha does work his fucking ass off in between fight. Like, that dude keeps the crowd. I don't like, we've been to UFC events. They don't have a guy out there just fucking running around like a fucking moron.
No, they just play like music and stuff.
You know what I mean? It's like, I love Sosha. He does a hell of a job keeping the crowd in. And even though it's so fast paced, even that little lull in action between fights, even if it's 5 or 10 minutes, Sosha's out there fucking doing something. And you've been doing it a lot with him when you go down there. Like, we're talking about the ambassadorship. It's just a different vibe. It really is. It's so much better than all. Like, we've been to so many boxing events and Muay. We used to go to Tiger Muay Thai at Foxwoods, to go to Bellator,
CES, MMA,
CES.
ESPN
They're all great.
boxing.
They're all their own thing. This is different, wildly different.
I just try to imagine if I was a fan, and not obviously to their level, but if I'm, me, like, I've met lots of great fighters. If I was in the stands, up in the middle part of it, not even that great of seats, and John Jones or Espinal came walking in and offering to take pictures right there, I'd be like, holy shit, I'd be like, damn, that's pretty cool. And I noticed that effect, and that's why I absolutely love it. Like, I'm just there, and I'm just seeing the joy on people who's like, holy shit, you hear them say it even, like, that's the champ. Like, they can't believe it. And I'm just like, how cool is that? It's the absolute most coolest thing ever, and I'm so happy to take a part of it. But the reactions have just been amazing, and it's like, yeah, if I'm having a little bit of an impact on these live events that I'm talking about, well, that's it's what I'm there for. It's everything I talked about, and it's pretty cool to see it come to fruition. And like the amount of the people that we've already met and talked and touched, and it's just pretty incredible. And the children, like, going to Utah, you guys kind of wonder what kind of crowds are going to show up, and the amount of like kids with their family, I'm talking 6, 7, 8-year-olds, and they're into it, and they're so excited to meet us. They're going around, get all the fighters that are trying to get their pictures and autographs, and they're cheering at the fights. And it's just like, I go to Texas, I see it again. And like, I gave that poster away, I picked the family, and I like couldn't help but give that to that family because I met them at the weigh-ins. I don't get to go to all the weigh-ins, and I did, and they were so excited to meet me. And here it is, their little boys, their little daughter, here at these weigh-ins, and I'm like, we made it. I'm like, this is fucking awesome. As I'm thinking in my head. So I seen him at the event with many other in the Texas crowd. And I'm just like, man, we're on our way. Like, this is it. This is becoming a family affair. And the fact that the moms are into it with the kids. And that's why I was so happy to send them that poster. I'm just seeing this more and more at the family events. So got a really cool text message right now. And that's why I love this, man. I told you, I don't have any tattoos, but it might have been BKFC, but
Man,
yeah, I love what we're doing, man. Like I said,
so,
just since I met you guys, the very first live event I went to, what a journey this has been already.
It is amazing.
It makes fans so quickly. Like it takes sometimes it takes time to start to like something. It doesn't. It takes one time. That's all. It takes one time. And
just
my
getting
mother,
people there.
You mentioned
there.
You mentioned mothers, right? My mom hasn't been to a live event. I'm still trying to get her to Mohegan Sun. My dad goes to the events. He loves it. My dad is a fighter. He loves violence and all this shit. My mom, 70-year-old, 5 feet tall, petite little freaking anti-violence little woman. When I started this podcast 5 years ago, she started paying attention. And like she watches them on TV and she talks to me about them. She likes them, watching them on TV. I'm like, Mom, you got to go to the events. She's like, I don't think I can see it live. The other day, she called me after the Newark one. She goes, oh my God, the 2 girls in that Queen of Violence. And I'm like, whoa. My mom calls me and I'm like, oh, okay. Well, are you watched it? She's like, I cannot believe what they were doing in that fight and that punch at the end, her nose and this and that. And I'm like, I cannot believe my 70-year-old mother is so fucking into this shit. She loves it. I'm telling you, man, it's life changing for sure. We've been talking about this for a long time. It's great. I'm we can talk about it all night, I guess.
Yeah, I passed my time on it.
No.
Nope. We're open.
No.
We didn't even
Open
talk
for
about
business.
Indiana yet.
I know.
Indiana. So Hammond this weekend. You gonna be there?
Hammond.
I will be. Something exciting. This is a first for me.
Nice.
Not 1, not 2, 3. Rothwell MMA. I know I'm the beer knuckle champ, but that's the gym. The gym was there first, 2011. Rothwell MMA got started in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Since then, really cool. These are 3 guys that have been with me. Two of them with me for over a decade. In and out of MMA, just my friends, guys that train with me, but always loved striking. And obviously got a new spark when they see me doing, bare knuckle and being with BKFC. And we got to talking a year ago. They came back. We started training. And what do you know? I got them fights in Indiana.
How many?
So
2 or 3? You said 2 or 3?
Three guys total. 2 of them have been with me over a decade. That's what I was saying. But 3 guys total.
So which guys?
So at 185, got Tom Angelhoff, who
you got the
is like a lighter version of me. So yeah. I'm super excited. Like this guy could really. He's a little bit, he's older. We got that against us, but this guy's like he's like the guy that doesn't age though. He looks like he's 35. And he's just a beast. You call him Titanium Tom because people get hurt like hitting him and like. It's just, I don't know. I don't want to talk him up too much because I'm really looking forward to this weekend to let him kick off and show what he can do. But I'm really excited about him. His fighting style, like I said, is very much like mine, which is, that's entertainment. So I'm the next guy on Julian Valencia.
Are you going to corner? You going to corner these guys?
Yeah, I'm cornering my guys.
Oh, so nice. Awesome.
Julian Valencia, fight at 135. He's actually got a very competitive fight. He's fighting another kid from Chicago who trains with Ricardo Lamas, so obviously quality gym. So that's a big fight right there. It's a tough fight. Julian's a scrapper, man. It's just one of those guys that's he has not had an easy life. And when they say, you'll die in the ring if you have to, like that's what it'll take to kill a guy. Like I believe it because he's all heart, and I'm looking forward to him. His when he did MMA, he was losing to getting taken down, submission skills. It wasn't because of the striking. So I'm excited to see let this guy loose. And then we got in the beginning, his nickname is Smash, but Octavian Turner, He has a amateur boxing record that exceeds most. First bare knuckle fight for all three of these guys, but I'm really excited about him as well because I've never seen a jab so fast. Not giving his opponent anything. I don't care. I can tell you this dude's going to jab you in the face. Prepare for it all you want. You're still going to get jabbed in the face. So super excited to see this guy's skill level.
He's got a tough fight in his first fight. Kerry Caprio's.
That's what I said. It's another statement of like, he goes out and does what I know he can do. It says something immediately. Like, all right, my guys are worth signing. I want to build the Midwest up, and this is my chance to show. Like, I'm not just a champ. I'm developing fighters in this area. Like, bring a show to Milwaukee and Wisconsin here. We're going to sell it to the Pfizer Forum's 20,000 people. I know we'll sell it out, and I already got fighters here for the undercard.
So that's two guys. Was there one more? Did I miss the other guy?
The first
Yeah, Kavian, and then Julian Valencia, and then Tom Angeloff is more at the top.
Okay. So he's
185er.
Where are we at?
Tom Angeloff.
There we go.
There he is.
There we go. Just wanted to get his picture up here. Fighting
And
Travis.
he's the older guy. He's older than you, Ben?
No, he's a year younger than me, but I turned 44 Friday. So.
Oh shit! Happy birthday, man!
Happy birthday to you.
Oh shit, Ben! You're
we gotta get the Kenosha
You're
Kickers
2 months
play,
older than me, my friend. Two months older than me, my friend.
Well, hey, still passed all my medicals with flying colors, so.
No, I didn't know you were so invested. Like, I didn't know you had all these fighters on this card. That's amazing.
I'm excited because I got another guy fighting on the November 1st card too. So it's kind of like kick off this year. I want to have a big 2026. I want to have guys fighting. I want to be fighting and really just take BKFC to the highest level possible. It's on its way. It's on its way, man.
How is
exciting, fastest growing sport on the planet?
The new gym? Like, I know it's not new now, but like it's new. It's fairly new, right? Like
2011, I started. I had a rental space like most.
But didn't you just like
last year? I bought a commercial property.
Yeah,
2-acre lot right off the interstate, which is the busiest road in Kenosha, Wisconsin, and we got it open December 26th. So it's been kind of like I'm on my way to my first year open, and it's been absolutely amazing.
Balls to the wall. I can't even imagine like how crazy is it running. It's bigger now, right?
Yeah, more square footage. I have actual locker rooms with lockers. I got showers for my guests, for the members. So everybody's excited. They're happy. Nobody's rate went up, and they got a superior facility. So it sounds pretty good to me, right?
Fucking awesome, man. Love that shit.
I know. It's really cool to be able to like live your dream, right? You want to fight, you get into fighting, you do real well, you work your way up. Then you start your own gym and you help other people get to where that you got. Like the feeling is even better. Cause like, even I'm not fighting, but in the Army, I started off as a private. I went to basic training. I was a schlep, I'm running around getting yelled at just like everybody else. At this point, I've been in for 17 years, and I'm a supervisor on the weekend Army side, and I'm a because we're full time for the military. I'm a supervisor Monday through Friday, and now going up the the ranks and succeeding in things is great, but I feel even better helping other people succeed in things, and I love to every day. It doesn't matter what it is. I like to share the knowledge with the soldiers, the young soldiers, and give them access to things that I wish that some people told me, or even stuff that people did tell me that I can pass down to other people. It's so much better all day long. That's what I'm doing. And I get a lot of fulfillment. I love it. I love it. I love mentoring the younger soldiers. It's like the best thing ever, for sure.
You're giving back.
Yep.
And you're changing their lives. So
yeah,
it's powerful stuff. Something I believe that it's more than money can buy. It's worth more than that. And I didn't know it immediately. You know what I mean? Like I was kind of like when I originally opened the gym. The story is I opened it as a place to train. We didn't really open it as I had like a really cheap rent, and I bought it was like 1,800 square foot place I was renting, enough to put some mats, and I had a few guys that were gonna come with me. and was ready to get ready for my UFC fights. You know, I was there. I was a prize fighter, making money fighting. But just more and more people started knocking on the door, saying, "Hey, we want to train here with you." And my wife is you know, she's the boss. She handled that portion, learning memberships and taking care of everything on the front end of the business, and just blew it out of the park. Like set us up with a website, all the things. And next thing you know, I'm like Rothwell MMA's established, and since 2011. So for us, it's a big deal because in Kenosha, there's a saying. It says, if you can make it in Kenosha, you can make it anywhere. So here we are.
Yeah, I heard about a big polka band from out there, the Kenosha Kickers.
Boga.
No, that's awesome, man.
But
And
really, to come full circle, I was saying what you were talking about. This is 100% true. In 1999, I was on my way to prison or an early death. I was a menace. I was out of my mind because I was just, I don't want to get into it all, right? I'm sure I've said this story before. And basically, mixed martial arts saved my life. I found a place to train. I started fighting. And then here it is, 25 years later, is the guy you're talking to. So I will forever, till I die, I'm an ambassador to martial arts because it changed my life. So when I started seeing my gym change other people's lives, and we started doing kids classes and everything in between, and seeing the way it was fixing people's confidence, it was giving them friends, an outlet. I was helping kids not get bullied, but also helping kids that could bully not be bullies. People forget about that one.
yeah,
And we don't. And we created leaders. And I feel like we have a community that goes out and makes the world better. That's, I don't know, it's worth more than any dollar amount in my mind. So
Yep.
pretty thankful to kick back. And I don't take like I did it, like it's all me. No, I got an amazing group of people around me. I'm just here. I just am. And this is what happened because of our gym. So
Yeah. No, that's awesome. But you know
incredible.
what? I'm sure you know these people and you got to put them in places like, hey, I think this person would be good. I think this person would work good here, you know, and you get to place those people and then they do fantastic. And then it's even better because you're helping people help people at
but
that
I
point. It's
have
like
learned through my
fantastic.
years a company and its employees and how the employees act, how whatever it is, that organization, the group, whatever it is, how those people act comes from the top and the top's attitude, and that trickles down.
Oh yeah.
And it's another reason I believe in the company I fight for so much too as well. So not to be whatever, but it's changed. Everything changed for me because where I was previously, I didn't want to follow. I was there strictly to make money. It was business because it's a different leader,
Mindset.
you know, different
Yeah.
belief system.
Yeah.
So
Well,
very
I
proud
say
of my
you're,
gym and the people below me, like that run that place and keep it ever. It's just like what a great community people we have.
I mean,
That means
every time we talk to you, you're a very positive person. So I can
Yeah.
just imagine that you're probably a pretty good leader with the way that you talk, even about the company and just even when I was talking earlier, you know, I had some positive things to say about the commission and some negative, but you focus on the positive stuff because it is if sure you can say something, but it's how much you focus on a certain thing. That's what people will take out of it. You know what I mean? So like, hey, I just feel like that you're a very positive person. Just
Texas reminded
no
me
matter
that,
what.
yeah, getting mad at the commission and fighting with more things is going to help anybody. And Texas, watching the BKFC staff with the numbers that they have and how credible a job they do, you know, like I said, it's the joke is, I said one guy does 10 people's job, right? And they laugh. They go 10. They try like 20 people's job. And that was when I first got here. And then I realized, no, it's not a joke. Like the people are doing many jobs and the jobs of many people, and they do an incredible job of it. But in Texas is a little bit New Jersey. Like they were like, hey, we don't know about this thing. And the BKFC again just hits it out of the park. That the commission came to me that night and just told me they were 100% fans, 100% behind this. What an incredible job they did. I'm just like, dude, how do I not want to be behind this company? This is incredible.
Win the hearts and minds. Hearts and minds.
Yeah. Incredible, man. Ben,
Who do
We
I
don't
want to
wanna-
thank? Who do you got anybody to thank?
No,
Yeah,
no, no,
you
no,
know
no,
what?
no, no, no. We don't want to do that. We don't want to do that.
Anesthesia
What are you drinking?
Oh, I gotta have some of that.
Anesthesia vodka.
I haven't had
You
it.
got a whole
They don't
bottle
just
of it?
happen to be a sponsor of BKFC, but they just make some of the best vodka on the planet.
I haven't had any.
Did you taste it? Like you drank
The
some?
bottle's empty, bro.
Oh, it's empty. Everybody that night in Newark was like, "Oh my god, it's like the smoothest, best vodka ever." I'm like, "Fuck, man!"
What
me
a
and
plug.
Mike, me
Yep.
and Mike didn't get a single.
Yeah, Brian
fucking
Duran
drop.
had a bottle. I should have asked him for some, but we were working.
Brian-
We don't drink when we work, so that's
Yeah, Brian Duran was
that's the
pouring
issue
that
there.
shit in people's faces all goddamn night. It was crazy. Who is the owner of Amnesia? Somebody's asking in the comments. We don't know. I don't know. Maybe
know,
Ben
Ben?
knows. Ben, do you know?
I do, but I don't like. If he wanted you to know, he put his name on the bottle, right?
Yeah. So
But
mighty
he's a
business.
great guy. He backs the BKFC, he backs me. So try Amnesia vodka if you haven't already. It's good stuff.
Well, Ben, I hope you fucking get a fight soon, man. Like, I don't know. I know that they got the big tournament coming up, and we talked about Perdomo. We talked about
My fingers are crossed.
Andre.
Maybe this week, if we're super lucky, we hear news, we get a fight in this year. So
And
that'd be an awesome announcement, and I'd love to promote it and do whatever I can.
because seriously, if it when the Australia one fell through, like I know they already had a title fight on the Sturgeon. Like you would have been like you're a fucking giant, massive, hard hitting motherfucker, man. Those bikers out in Sturgis would have loved that shit. Like you could have been perfect for that one. And they have all these Midwest cards coming up. You could have fucking fought on one of these ones. I don't know, man. I wish they
It's honestly probably not likely, but man, to fight Mohegan Sun one more time. I got to fight there once. I head kicked the guy through the ropes. Kid you not, check it out. I fight really good on the East Coast. I don't know what it is. I'm a freaking monster on the East Coast. Philadelphia, New Jersey, any of that. Connecticut, just the east side of the United States. I'm a monster. I'm like 20-1 with 20 finishes.
Well, Ben, Mike and I live 30 minutes from fucking Mohegan Sun, and Mike lives about an hour.
We would blow it up.
I think
Mohegan Sun would show up.
That would be
We'd
great.
sell it out. You can get me on there.
We got to think about heavyweight for you to beat up in Connecticut.
Parker
Jesus
Porter.
Christ. Oh, dude. Okay. All right. Never
Parker
mind.
Porter
I'm not going to say it. Not going to say it, but I just heard some Parker Porter news. So.
Oh, real quick, before you go there, I don't want to get too far away from the Amnesia vodka. I looked it up. You're not going to believe this, but there's 3 guys, Cliff Kingsbury, Jacob Kozel, and then the third guy, you might know him. He played for the New England Patriots.
No way.
Danny Amendola.
No way.
Yes.
Danny Amendola?
Yes. That's on. I went on the website. They're there. They got their names. There's them 3. Yeah. Danny Amendola.
Ben, Patriot fans are such brutal assholes that he would get injured a lot, and they would call him I'm a doily. I'm a doily. That's what they would call him. The fucking assholes. But anyways, that's cool, man. Awesome. Ben, what else we got, man?
Mohegan Sun.
What time is
You're
it?
fighting there. It's almost 10:30.
You guys bonus, man. You don't have another guest after me that's sitting there waiting.
No, you're the guy. Nope.
No. We touched on the Frankie thing. I wanted to touch on that with you. We talked about Newark potential fights with you. Perdomo.
Well, here's something interesting. I was your guest before, 24 years old. I'm like, man, look at that,
Yeah.
24. I was 17 when I started. I already had like 5 years of experience, but it didn't matter. I was still completely ignorant. You were asking about anxiety, and I remember it's just like a thing where we're like, I think it's pride and ego, and we're like, oh no, I ain't this and that, and then you start to believe that the more you tell people that in interviews, and then you're like trying to focus on being calm and relaxed, and you focus so much on that when you get in the ring, you're like, yeah, I just gotta be calm, it's cool, and then it busts you in the face, and you're like, what happened? Why did that happen? Because this is not anything about being calm and relaxed, all right? If I'm on the street and I think my gut goes off like something's about to happen, or I'm going to defend myself, my heart rate elevates. And like I get tingles and things go off, and like I become real sharp and focused, and that's a form of anxiety. And fight week, your body, whether you try to lie to yourself, you're like, no, we're good, we're good. Your body starts to learn, and it goes, it's not good. And then the days go, and it kind of like realizes all the stuff that's going on, showing up on Thursday for interviews and doing this, and then Fridays this guy stands across from you, staring you down, looking at it with all these people. Your body goes, motherfucker, I know what we're doing. And your mind's like, no, we're good, we're good. Your body's like, we're gonna fight them. That dude's gonna try and kill us tomorrow. Like, are you serious? And your body starts fucking freaking out, and you get anxiety, and like that's the truth. That's what happened after the ignorance is bliss. That's the beginning of your career. Ignorance is bliss. You don't know any better. Then you start fighting some of the best fighters in the world, and your body's like, that's fucking hard. Like, there's nothing easy about this. And then anxiety starts to kick in. The more you fight, it doesn't get easier. It actually gets harder in a sense. You think about it more. You know what's happening. That's why street fighting is so easy, because it happens in a second. You don't have to think about it. You just react. A prize fight is completely different. And you know it's going to be one of the best dudes on the planet. And you have to think about it all the time. And so when you're asking him about anxiety, he's like, no, it's all, I don't think about that. I don't need this and that. And it's like, I'm going to try. If he does listen to this, embrace it. Don't try to play it off. Use it. That anxiety I've learned in my fights, but most of my losses too. Try to be relaxed, try to whatever, and you're not you. And you look at me in the BKFC because I've learned a lot. No, you're seeing a guy that's on. I'm focused. I dealt with the anxiety all week, and I'm using it in the ring right now, and it makes me completely different. And I've learned to embrace it, not push it away. Don't act like it's not there. No, it's there. You guys want to talk about being scared? Some of the best fighters talked about how scared they were in the back room. That's them being honest. Mike Tyson had a little thing about feeling like a little baby in the back. And by the time he got in the ring, he was this monster. Might not happen like that for every guy, but there's something to it. I just want you guys to know, because you're interested what it's like.
Yeah.
It's like, it's there. If you're not scared, there's something fucking wrong with you.
I had to ask him because he's 24 years old. He's this like 6-0 or 5-0 phenom in bare knuckle. And I think he's 9-1 in pro boxing, or 10-1, something like that. The kid has done nothing but, and he has like an unbelievable amateur record or whatever. This is his first main event. And that's why I asked him. I'm like, you've done all this winning. But this is the first time he's going to have to wait till the end of the night. He's the last fight on the card. He's going to have to watch all these other fights. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what it's like. I'm not a fighter, but I would think that like it's got to be a little different, right? What was it like for you, Ben, the first time that you were main eventing a card? Did it change the way you felt?
Co-main event, man. I've been co-main event more times than I can count at this point. Main event, not so many. They're both like the end of the night, right? It's just a part of it. I've been in the middle of the card when I first started fighting. Being a heavyweight, though, I usually get pushed, where it's just a part of the way it is. Like, your anxiety doesn't care about that. You don't even think about that, because it's just the whole day. The whole day, we're fighting. We're going to do battle. I have to defend my life against somebody trying to kill me, right? Like, you just take it that way. If you don't think that way, then you're not going to be 100%. Like, you kind of already dropped your guard when you shouldn't be. That was my point, because I've done that before. And I've had to learn the hard way. No, like, this is every single person. It doesn't matter if the guy's just 2-2. He said that, and he sounds like he's talented, but it's like, that's just the one little hole in your armor that somebody might need to just hit you with that one lucky shot, as some people say. It's not a lucky shot, right? The guy threw it. But it's kind of lucky, because if the guy was like fully focused and had anxiety, he probably wouldn't have got hit by that. That's my point. Sometimes your guard's just a little too loose, you're just a little too relaxed, and you get hit by something you shouldn't. So you had to learn, like, no, at all times, it doesn't matter if the guy's 1-10 or 10-1, he's getting me. And I am going to end you as fast as possible. I'm going to put you down until the referee pulls me off, and not give you anything even remotely less than that. Like, that's it.
That 2-2 fighter that he's fighting this weekend too started his BKFC career 0-2, and he's on a 2-fight win streak.
He's got a little bit of confidence.
And he looked good in his last 2 fights. So
Yeah, so just for a young man at 24, just don't take something for granted.
don't write him off.
No.
You know who? Josh Allen, Buffalo Bills quarterback, one of the best in the world. Do you know what he does before every single game, and he has since high school? He gets butterflies in his stomach and he throws up before every single fucking game.
Jeez.
And he is one of the best in the world. And when his career is over, he might be one of the best quarterbacks of all fucking time in the NFL. Josh Allen is an MVP. This dude has anxiety before every single game. And before he goes out there, he goes in the bathroom and he fucking throws up because he can't handle it anymore. He even said it. He's like, I have to. Like my body feels a certain way and I got to release it. I just go in there. I fucking pull the trigger. I fucking throw up and then I go out there and I perform. It's the only thing. It's the only thing that gets him through. And he is, one of the best in the world at what he does. So, I mean, what Ben was just saying there, dude, nobody should take anybody lightly ever. Don't take anything lightly. It's fucking crazy. Nuts.
It can happen unexpectedly. Circumstances, things around you, wrong people talking in your ear. Yeah, that's why you got to be vigilant and just, stay focused.
Yeah. He's a really good. I don't know if you've seen him fight or how many fights you've seen of him. He's really good. He has a really, really, really bright future. I think he's really good. I would love to see him more. I think he's great.
Hey, he goes out and puts Indiana on their feet this Saturday. I'm in. I'm a fan. Let's do it.
And Mike will agree with this. It's like fight IQ, basketball IQ, football IQ, fight IQ. In Bryce's debut fight for the BKFC, he went out there and he was fighting. Who was he fighting, Mike? It was Shavers, Brandon Shavers. Yeah. Tough dude, like very tough fighter. He goes out there and in the first round, he's like, you could tell he's like downloading. He's downloading information.
I thought he was going to go in and just ruin the guy.
Right. We were hearing all this stuff about him. We were getting like all the hype about Bryce Henry. This guy's going to go in there and just fucking torch the earth. He scorched earth on everybody. He goes in there first round. He's like feeling out Brandon Shavers and he's like downloading information. He's not getting hit. He's avoiding, but he is not really landing anything either. Round ends. He goes to the corner. He sits down. He's talking with his coach. He goes out in the second round and absolutely fucking dismantles this guy. Just absolutely.
In the first round, I was like, what's going on? This is the guy I thought it was. Yeah.
We were like, holy shit. Round 1 to round 2 was incredible. The difference between him in the first round and the second round. And then we talked to him after the fight and he was like, yeah, I've never fought this sport before. All I know is glove boxing. All I know is boxing. So I needed that first 2-minute round to like figure the sport out, get all the information I could out of that first round and then implement it in the second round. That's how this kid is, Ben. That's the kind of prospect that we're like dealing with here. So he is very confident. Everyone's pumping him up. We'll see. We'll see how he does.
Yeah, be good for Saturday.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Wish we could be there. Oh.
Joe Ivy in the comments section. So fun to watch. Yes,
bro. I'm going now. So don't you guys want to make?
Yes, you are.
You guys gotta make travel arrangements.
Yeah, I wish.
You gotta make up for not including me in the special. Everybody but Ben meeting group.
What's funny? It's like that was such a random thing. And you were so I'm holding the camera and I'm looking up. You're right over there. You're like by the ring. So you were like 20 feet away.
You should have walked over.
So many people. I don't know if he could even see. Like, I mean, you could see because you're towering over everybody, but you were just so busy. Like there's so many people around you talking to you that I don't even know if you realized it was happening. It was just such a spontaneous thing.
It's literally whatever is this in front of my face is what gets that's it. It's like, and so as soon as that one moves, another one replaces it.
That area that you were standing in most of the night there was a lot of people there and you were closer to the barricade and there's a lot of people between us.
So why don't you learn
and
from
so-
Sosha? What did Sosha do? He comes over, cuts in front of the people, and
Yep.
gets my
Gotta
attention.
get- That thing was so spontaneously. It was so random. It was supposed to be a
was
Britain
crazy.
Hart only interview. That's what it was supposed to be. But
So Britain was sitting on like the hockey wall there. She's just sitting on the hockey wall, and I was like, "Oh, Britain's right there. Mike, keep the camera on." I turn the mic back on. I jump up on the wall, and I sit next to Britain, and I'm like, "Hey, look who I got. We just saw an electrifying main event. I got one of the most electrifying fighters in the whole company here, Britain Hart." And I put the mic in front of her, and then all of a sudden Lorenzo and Elvin comes over.
yeah,
They come over. And then organically, we're just bullshitting. Dave Mundell comes over. Holy fuck. I was like, whoa, okay. Dave Mundell's here. Hey,
who's just in the ring yelling at Mike Perry.
Yep. And then they're all and then we're talking about Mike Perry. And I'm like, and you know how Mundell is. He's always talking. He wants to fight Mike Perry.
Bad.
Fucking Julian Lane comes over and he's like, I want Mike Perry. I'm like,
You already had your
Julian.
shit. Dude.
I'm like, Julian, Dave's
fighting
gonna
next
fight
month.
Mike Perry before you. I hope you're okay with that. He's like, no, fuck that. He's like, I'm fucking fighting him. It was just really it just happened. And if you could have got through the crowd.
I looked over and you're standing over there. I was like, damn, if there was just a second, if I looked over, I was like,
Mundell was by me.
Yeah, he
made it over to
back
us.
over by you guys. I think maybe with his tail behind his leg a little bit. But
yep, I know. It would have been
ask
nice.
for the story, or
It'd have been nice.
Wait. He was by you. Hold on.
Yeah.
And then he with his tail between his legs. What happened?
I didn't even have to say anything, but my wife it was the first event they got to bring her to. So I was really excited. I was introducing her to everybody. And the way the seats worked out, she had my seat. She was right on the end. And I was on my feet pretty much the whole time, but that was her spot. And she had her ticket. And she's like, I'm going to keep this one because it was 1 of 1. Row 1, seat 1. Like, pretty cool. Have that for the event. Clearly her seat. And he shows up late, and he's like, what are you doing in my seat? And she's like, she's like, what do you, like, I have a ticket. And he's like, oh, yeah, this and that. He's like, you need to get out of here. And I'm like, oh, my God. Like, I'm getting told this story from other people. And then, like, I guess he was like, saying this to her. And then the security guard came over, like, the ticket. And he's like, looking around. He's like, looking at tickets. He's like, no, this is clearly her seat. And he was like, oh, this and that. And then somebody, when he sat down, that's Ben Rothwell's wife. And he goes, I'm really, really sorry that I did that. And he said he apologized like 4 or 5 times before I came back over. But right when I came back over, he walked over my guys. So I didn't know any of this at the time, and then I got told. So it was kind of funny. Like, now that I know why he was at you guys.
That's funny. Oh shit. There you go.
I would have listen. I'd be like, dude, I make mistakes. Shit happens. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
But I'd be like, bro, if you didn't know that was my wife, it doesn't matter. Why would you, in God's name, talk to someone like that? Like, what the hell are you thinking? And then only after you found out she's not, you thought to apologize to her. I'm like, come on, man. I would never treat someone like that. Like,
I'm surprised. Because Dave Mundell, and I don't know if you've ever talked to him before. Maybe you have ran into him at a few events or how well you know him. But he's been a pretty cordial, pretty nice guy. I don't think
he likes me because he knows I back Perry, and I'm going to continue to. And whether I've said this with
but even him not knowing it's your wife, so I just mean like just randomly talking to a random person, like I would assume
whether I'm involved or not.
For the most part. So right, I feel like he would have been polite just from what I know about him, and how he's always been. So yeah, that surprises me.
And you know what I do before I overreact or whatever? I go, man, who knows? The guy could have had a terrible flight, had all this stuff happen. He shows up late, he didn't want to. He's frustrated. It's hard for me because a younger version of me, it just would have flipped out. And I got to remember, you don't know what someone's going through. So before I overreact, I got to take a second and really try to figure out, why is a person acting like this? And I'd be surprised 9 times out of 10. Once I hear the story, I'm like, oh, I'm glad I didn't overreact. This person's going through some shit.
Yep. You're
also,
so right.
Also, every time Perry's fighting, you know that Mundell is showing up there like with a head of fucking steam. Like
Oh yeah.
he's ready to
Exactly.
go.
You know, there's
Yeah.
stuff going
So like,
on.
yeah.
So, and I've tried to send text messages to Mundell, and he's responded. Every champion in the BKFC, I kind of want to be like the Undertaker is the WWE, and whether you know his story or not, he was well respected in the back room. What they
Yep.
did in the front was one thing, but in the back of the room, as real human beings, I feel like, yeah, I'm a guy that brings a lot of respect. I have a lot of knowledge. I can help every one of them. And I don't, that's why I said I was asked between Chris Ferreira and Borgo, who's going to win? I'm like, no, but I'm like, the fans are going to win because I like both of them. And I've learned a long time ago picking, I don't need anybody not liking me because I picked one over the other, you
Yeah.
know? So
Yeah.
I want to push all the champions up. I want to make them as famous as I can help them make them, and show them how to treat the fans, and just lead a good example, and let them all know that I support them. Even if Mundell and Perry got a fight, I still support Mundell. He's puts on great fights. He makes the fans happy. Hey, it makes me a fan.
Ben, we know that we know you and Platinum's relationship. You're like big brother to him. You guys have this funny fucking thing going back and forth. What do you think about Connor and him? Because Connor is Connor, and he's the greatest promoter on the planet. His name attached to anything just sells and just prints money. Do you think that Connor sees a little bit of himself in Perry, and that's why he fucking gives him so much shit? What do you think it is there?
I'm not the mind reader, but it's awesome that there's engagement going on, because it just immediately raises everybody's level. That Connor's like, hey, he's choosing to interact. People are going to show that. They're going to whatever. It raises Perry up as well. And it's awesome that Connor's all in on BKFC. He's always talking up everybody around it. And it's just been nothing but a positive for us. I would love to believe that. I mean, that's what I see on my end. And I just see, like you said, a great ambassador and a spokesperson, and brings the energy, and just bringing more eyes to it. How can I not be happy?
Yeah.
Yep. I love that he's for the
Yeah.
fighters and not just the stars.
I mean, fantasy fight, like before I'm done, there's the Conor McGregor versus Platinum Perry fight, and I will like threaten whoever I'm on the card.
That would
I
be
don't care
so
who I
great.
gotta fight, get whoever. I'm fighting on that card, because that would just
It really would be. And you got to give like Platinum, like he has so much charisma, and he's so funny, and I don't think he's trying to be funny at all. He's just himself.
Right.
And
He is funny.
And like Connor, I think Connor fucking sees it, man. I think he sees it, and I think he antagonizes him to bring it out more. And
right before I go out in California to fight Todd Duffy, there it is on the screen, and here it is. Conor McGregor is officially a partner, and I'm not gonna lie, I genuinely got excited, and I gotta go fight. You know what I mean? Todd Duffy wants to, put it on me and embarrass me, and the guy's got some extra big arms for our fight and everything else, and I'm like, God damn, I gotta stay focused. But I did have a little bit of excitement right before I gotta go out to fight. I'm like, dude, this is it was the right excitement though, because I wanted to flatline Todd Duffy, because I'm like, this shit is about to blow up when I seen that. So it was super exciting, and I don't get excited.
Future's bright. Future's bright. You see that, you're like, future's bright. They good things. I can't wait to see what's going to happen. Yep.
And what's crazy about the whole thing is, like, we were at BKFC 41. You fought on BKFC 41. That was the night. That was the night.
That was the night.
That was the night that swung everything, dude. When Connor showed up, because we talked to Oscar Willis in the back that night, and Oscar was like, Connor is so invested into this Chad Mendez Eddie Alvarez fight because he fought both of them. He's coming tonight, right? He told me and Mike that he's coming. He shows up. They have that impromptu fucking face-off at the end of the night between Platinum and Connor. And it's like that moment was so viral for the company. It was otherworldly for the BKFC. Flash forward 1 year later, you're fighting on the fucking Knucklemania card, and they're announcing that he bought into the company. That was the night. The night that you fought Copeland was the night that Connor decided I'm buying into this shit. This fucking stuff is different, and I'm getting in here. It's just like we've been on the ride the whole time. It's just really wild that we've been seeing this whole shit develop. It's fucking nuts.
Amen.
Amen. Amen.
That's right.
How about
Well,
Chad? How about
you got
Chad
more?
Copeland fights Perdomo, and
Oh,
then
Chad
you and I, I know Josh Copeland fights Perdomo, and then we all hang out and watch it together. Ben, what do you think?
Well, and awesome if Copeland's one of his good straight right hands would have knocked out Andre. He gave Andre better. And look at, I put him. I mean, after the one punch he hit me with in the first 10 seconds, I put a pretty hellacious beating on Copeland, and I could have nothing but respect because not many men on this entire planet would take the kind of punishment I was putting on him, and he held out all the way through the third round. But he gave Andre a fight. Like, he hit Andre with some shots that hit Andre clean, rocked him a little bit, and put up a good fight, took it all the way to the fourth round, and had Copeland would have dropped him with one of those. Well, then it's like, man, for sure Copeland is a product for Perdomo. But it didn't happen that way. There's actually some young blood that's coming up who I think is actually going to be more interested, and I don't quite got his name now, but he's 3-0. Pretty good sized guy. Fought in
Texas.
Yeah.
Garrett.
Yes.
The soldier. No. God. The soldier of God is.
Yeah. Super nice guy. Very respectful, humble. But
yeah,
he's the legit.
No,
he's got a lot of experience. He's tough.
I think people need to pay attention to him.
He you know, that's an actual test for Perdomo, because what they've been giving him right now is no, that's not. There's not been a test. It's a pit bull eating poodles. That's what 9-0 is to me right now. But Garrett, yeah, he goes up. Perdomo goes up and smokes Garrett in the first minute. All right, dude. Let's fucking do it. You can be baby Mike Tyson.
Garrett's a big dude too. He's like 6'3", 6'4". He's a big guy.
And he'll give a good fight.
Yeah, 6'5".
I think he's smart. He's got some ring. He's like, I'm gonna get this fight past the first round, and it's gonna change everything.
No, he looked great. He looked great in Texas, and then in the post-fight press conference, I thought he asked for Kenzie Morrison. I think he respectfully was like, I would love to fight Kenzie Morrison next. Like, he looked good tonight. I look good tonight. We should fight each other. And I was like, oh shit, this guy is fucking serious. That'd be a good fight too, Kenzie Morrison and him. I mean, you're right. He's a prospect to look at in that heavyweight division for sure.
He had a massive knockout in that. Remember, he took over last.
Remember, Easy Vodka.
He was fighting Johnson, and he came in and had a first round knockout.
Oh yeah, LeVar Johnson,
crazy.
Yeah, he got knocked out first round.
No, they brought in LeVar Johnson, and it was like a big deal that they signed LeVar Johnson, and then Garrett starched him, dude. Yeah, that guy's serious.
Yeah.
You should fight him, Ben. You want to fight him?
I'll fight everybody. What do you mean? Let's set up you guys want to see balls? Let's set up a tournament. Let's do a couple fights in one night. See who can get through that shit.
Yeah, old school shit, man.
I don't know if it would have been me after the Copeland fight. That was my real. That's why I love that fight. I've learned so much in the 3 rounds, and I still have the scar from Copeland's tooth. It put a perfect a canine. And he didn't lose his tooth or nothing. So his tooth is in place. It just punctured my hand. And I got a reminder that I punctured my hand on someone's tooth.
I can just tell you, Ben, standing ringside, we were over by the big screen, like at the end of the aisle there, standing there watching it. And we're like, how much fucking damage?
Yeah, I went and sat by the ring actually.
We're like, I was standing back there by,
I had to be near it.
You know who I was standing next to was Josh Watson. And the whole time Josh Watson was like, I'll fucking kill both of these guys. I'll fucking knock both of these guys out. Yeah. It really was something to see for sure, because the amount of times that you hit him with those giant fucking hands ears, and it's like we're like, God damn, how many times does Ben have to hit this dude before it's over?
Adrenaline is a hell of a thing because my rear body shot to the lower ribs and body, guys with belly pads on, they're holding mids, taking shots. I've hit and dropped and put them out for a second with all that on. And I'm hitting Copeland bare knuckle in the, and there's shots where I'm hitting my fists inside of him and it's like rippling. And he took them. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
I was like, damn. I'm like, all right, man. Like,
and then you were like going back and
throwing.
You were
like
going
that.
back and forth from like
Last that long.
hooks to uppercuts. You kept going like you'd like hit him with like 3 uppercuts. You'd hold his back of his head and you hit him like 3 uppercuts.
I'll give you a secret. I'll tell you what was happening. It's called a little bit of precision. I'm punching with a purpose.
Right.
You know?
And they were all landing. And then we're like watching it on the screen and we're like, when are they going to stop this shit? And when is he going to go down? And he never fucking goes down. And we're like, what the fuck?
He was just eating
his
them.
face is made out of steel, dude. It's crazy. And then his corner throws the towel in. It was like, thank God.
Yeah.
Thank
Pissed me
fucking
off.
God.
Because I hit him with a clean straight 2 at the very end. He should have went face first. And he doesn't. He
How
walks
dare
over
you.
to the corner and then quits and costs me a knockout bonus. I
How
won
dare
and I was
you.
pissed.
It's the kind of guy you
Go
want to
down
see.
and I'll give
like,
you a few hundo.
Just
go down. I'll give you 1,000.
But like what I was saying before, that's the kind of guy you want to see Perdomo fight. You want to see Perdomo fight somebody like that. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like somebody
Garrett.
that will, or Copeland. I'm saying Josh Copeland or Garrett. One of those 2 guys would be really
Parker
good test
Porter.
for him.
Give him Garrett.
Parker Porter would be another really good test for
Maybe
Perdomo.
because he, I just got to see the one, but he looks like he's taking this serious and
He is. We've talked to him many times. He's up here.
He's been in there, some of the best. So he's definitely someone to keep an eye on. Not someone to be overlooked. So definitely interested in his next fight.
Yeah, absolutely. People are asking who you're fighting next. Guys, we talked about it. Like
We've been speculating. Where's
it's all speculation till now. I believe very soon we'll hear some news about Big Ben Rothwell defending his title or not. Maybe just fighting somebody on a card somewhere. I hope we see you soon, man. Always a good time talking with you for sure. We gotta fucking we got to catch up again, and if we could, we would get out to Indiana this weekend. But
it's all respect. You guys, since I've won the title, you've had me on, more than once. And Brian Socha has had me on once. So
fucking
even has a Juggernaut on. Juggernaut's not even fighting, and he has Juggernaut.
Ben, let's ask you this: you pay attention to his show, right? Why does Brian Socha pretend like he doesn't know anything? Mike,
we're gonna have to talk to him. It's that's exactly what it is.
It's a gimmick. Come on, Brian. Brian's like,
stop the gimmick.
Brian. I heard something about that. I heard something. I did know. I heard somebody talking about.
He does the same thing to me in real life too. I'm like, dude, you were standing next to Dave. What is it? And he goes, man, I don't know about it.
He doesn't want to be held to the fight. He doesn't want his feet held to the fire. He's like, I don't know anything. If you don't know, you can't ask me any more questions. I'm telling you, I don't know.
It's so funny because we'll watch the show on Tuesday and he'll be like, I heard something about an event somewhere. I'm like, dude, you fucking know, Brian. Knock it off.
I love it. He's such a
knock it off.
It's so awesome seeing somebody so passionate and he's involved. Yeah. Nobody wants us to grow more than him. I love working with him. We have such a great time with the fans. And it's one of the people that makes this company so special.
My 11-year-old son, Nolan, thinks he's the fucking best dude in the world. He loves Brian. Like, Brian brought Nolan up on stage at the weigh-ins at Mohegan Sun and let Nolan take the microphone and just, like, hype the crowd up. And from that day forward, like, he's like, that guy is the coolest guy in the world. And then, like, if he sees me, like, watching the show, he'll be like, is that my buddy? Is that my buddy Brian? Yep, that's Brian. That's Socha. Okay, I will love Socha.
Yeah. It's a family affair. It's nice. I love it.
Family affair, Ben. Thanks for coming on tonight, man. Drink some amnesia vodka.
Yeah, I'm gonna
get
need some of
yourself
that.
some sleep.
I'm gonna need some of that on the next round. Next time we get out, we need amnesia vodka.
Yeah,
I just
Indiana
looked
this
on the
Saturday.
website.
Let's go. It's on me. It's on me. Let's go.
Everybody get out to him.
Sold out.
Get out to Indiana this weekend. And what else are you doing out while you're out there in Indiana? Are you going to do anything else besides corner your boys? Are you going to be fucking doing anything else for the company?
Once the nothing on contract, but just doing what I do. You know, as soon as I get some time to, you know, get out to the fans, take care of my guys. I'd like to see us go 3-0 with 3 finishes and get out to the fans and call it a great night.
Somebody is in the comment talking about Hawani. I want to ask you something. Ben, has Ariel Hawani asked you to come on to his show since you've been the heavyweight champion for BKFC?
You're on there before then.
I was on like the week after, the week of.
Oh.
I was on his show like from my gym. I've never been live in studio. That's like
I was going to say,
I'm gonna have to win that tournament. I think if I win the tournament,
Ariel was out there. You did you see him that night?
They were sitting next to each other.
He loved it.
He loved the pace. Like exactly what you guys. I didn't want to come back to that because you guys had hit it so much, but me and him just talked like
he loved it.
Real. He just so much he loved it and the pace of it. So the product, that's you know.
He said it felt old school. It felt like when he started covering MMA. He said it was a nice throwback.
Yeah.
He absolutely loved the pace, the vibe, the action, everything, and all the people there. He said that, and he really talked nice about the BKFC company as a whole, like the family.
He showed up. He showed up. That's it. That was so big is that he showed up. He was there in person, and I couldn't be happier. You know, known him a long time since I debuted in the UFC, so it's a long history there.
Yeah.
Very good, dude. It was a big thing for me and Mike to meet him that night too, because we've been watching him for 15, 20, like, however many years he's been doing
a long
the MMA hour. Like always been following Ariel, so it's cool to see him out there. Ben, thanks a lot for coming on here tonight. And I know you were busting my balls earlier, but do you have any final words for everybody?
How? I've been nothing but nice tonight.
No. You said
it was a nice busting of balls.
It was a nice busting. Nice. You were like you said
you
said, oh, do I have anything else to say or whatever? You
wasn't busting your balls. I was like, you guys are always respectful about that. You always, for every single fighter, give a platform for a minute to let them do it. Because a lot of people don't want to hear it. They're just like, all right, man, thanks, goodbye. And you guys are trying to be cool to the, you know.
Yep.
That's respect, my man. If that's busting your balls, man, you don't know what's coming for you yet.
Oh, I love it. I love
you
liver
shot.
You still owe him one. Forgot about the liver shot.
Oh.
Nice. I've
been exercising. I've been trying to do some core exercises lately, so next time we'll do it. All right. Okay. I don't want to do it.
I haven't got the I made some really good connections. My next fight I was gonna show up, but they're most of the backers of the UFC between Bucked Up, Kringle is a online gambling company, they're all backers of the BKFC, but they all talk me behind and wanna support me and sponsor me. So I gotta help them. I just gotta tell everybody these companies are awesome and they're back in the BKFC, then it's good enough for me. But if they want to do extra stuff for me, it's even better. Just that, man. Anytime that's going to help me get up to the fans, and that's what most of these companies done. They've been helping me get out to the events and be a part of things, and that's it, man. That's what it's about, making as many fans as we can.
There it is. Hey, if you're going to be in Indiana this weekend, and after Ben is done with his 3 fighters, and you see him out in the crowd, get a picture with him. Get an autograph. Like, that's the best thing about the BKFC events. The fighters all go out and mingle with the fans. They're really company people. And like I said earlier tonight, Ben, we've been to a bunch of boxing events and MMA events around the area in New England. And the lower level amateur ones, obviously you see the fighters come out and mingle with the because their families are all there. But like a UFC event, you're not going to see people. You're not going to see the fighters out there mingling the way you are with the BKFC. So get out to Hammond, Indiana.
It makes me think of a funny story, and this is what I see at the UFC events. And I didn't want to. I usually out in the outside bowl where they sell food and everything at a big UFC event. I would walk the hallway because people would like stop me. I'd make like little lines of people because I love that kind of thing. But many fighters put their heads down, sometimes a sweatshirt or whatever it is, whether they're dressed up or not, and try to get down to the bowl as fast as they could. Because once they got down to their area, it was like the VIP area, and fans really couldn't get to you. Yeah. And they were like, they'd get there and be like, "Oh God, thank God!" And I was like in that seat, like all the fans are over there with a gate between us, and I'm like, that pissed me off. I'm like, wait a minute, what the hell are we here for? I'm like, if you don't want fans, then what are you even here for? Like, just watch it at home. Like, what did you think was going to happen? And that's been my mentality for a long time. Back when my old friend Tim Sylvia yelled at a little kid and mom when they asked him for an autograph, and he was eating his food, and he yelled at him, "Mom, murder!" I right then and there vowed to never do that. I can tell. I told him that too. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna. You're now inspired me for the rest of my career. And that was like 2005, and I always vowed I wanted to win a title, and I wanted to go out into the crowd, do everything you guys are watching me do. I vowed back then that I was going to be different, and I wanted. And now that I'm with the BKFC, I want to show all the other champions and all the younger fighters this is how we treat the fans. The fans are why we get to do this. Don't ever forget that. And it's like, if you don't want that, then don't come to the event. Because when I come to the event, man, it's like throw my coat off and I'm there with them. You know what I mean? I love it. I have a smile the whole time. I'm like, these people want a picture with me. I'm always going to be humble to that. Like, I can't believe it that they want a picture with me. That's the mentality I try to always keep and have. So that's a big deal to me. You know, and it's cool to see it kind of come full circle. Like, you guys see me doing it now. You see me out there. I don't even sit in my chair. You know, maybe the main event I get to finally, but most of the time, you know, it's about putting it out there. And then so back to the story I wanted to get to. I was flown out to Ireland, right, for that. I was supposed to fight Stipe Miocic. He pulls out. I still go to the event, and they had a special VIP thing the night before the fights. And they bring us into a nightclub, and it had a stage with couches. And Andre Arlovsky's sitting on the couch, and there's a few other fighters they came with, Max Holloway, a couple of they're sitting on the couches with their wife or their PR people, and they're just sitting on there. And then there's a gate, and then there's like 300 people in this club packed, and this gate, and we looked like a zoo animals. And then we were a spectacle, and all these people were taking pictures, and like I'm sitting there with my wife, and I go, "This got to be the most fucked up thing I've ever seen in my life." And I went and I jumped over the cage, and they like lost their mind, and they were trying to pick me up and like body surf me in it, you know. And obviously that wasn't going to go over well. But they were like hands up with me, and I took and it's like it was like a Kickstarter for me. I'm like, this is fucking awesome. And I was looking at the guy sitting on the couch, like, what the fuck are you guys doing over there? Like I just knew that I made like 300 new fans that night. Yeah. And I've never looked back since.
Yep.
Wow. That's awesome. You were a zoo exhibit. Yep. You were the panda bears.
I was the bear exhibit that jumped over instead of people screaming and running for their life. They're like, yeah, this bear's awesome.
Yeah, that's fucking great, man. Now, anybody that's going out there in Indiana this weekend, that's what you're gonna get, man.
That's what Brian Socha tells. I love it. He tells them, you're not bothering Ben Rothwell. Come here and get a photo with them, and that instantly changes the whole tone of the arena for the rest of the night.
Incredible. Love that shit, Ben. Love it. We're going to be tuned in. We're not going to be there. Unfortunately, we got shit going on this weekend, but
what could you possibly have that's more important than?
Well, I have Army.
Tell my wife this, but
I have the drill. I have Army. I have training
Army
going on this
stuff.
weekend. Yeah, I don't want to be in the Army. I mean, like, listen, when I say that.
Better question. Before I go through all these events that I'll be at that you won't be, when's the next event you are going to?
I'll let you know, because we don't know. Because honestly, on some real shit, Ben, the government is shut down right now. So I don't even know what the
is.
fuck is going. Like I'm going to
We're on a
work every
government
day.
shutdown right now. That
I
is
am
true.
going. Me and Mike are going to work every day in uniform, doing work, and we're not getting paid. So
Yeah, we haven't earned any money.
My
since
fingers
the
are
first
crossed.
week of
Something
October.
magical happens,
yeah,
and I get to fight this year, sometime in December, maybe.
Yes.
If it doesn't happen for whatever reason, I think of all the shows left, for whatever reason, I got this feel like go to Mohegan Sun.
come to
Well,
I
Mohegan.
bet you guys will
100%
go to that one, won't you?
We'll 100%
We'll be
be at
there.
Mohegan Sun.
And
Yes.
if you come to
That's a
Mohegan
given.
Sun, you can come down to our facility and you can fuck around.
I just
we'll
want to
give
get
you
into
a
a fight because, man, I am a monster on the East Coast. I'm just gonna say that again. Like,
We will
Yeah.
give you a
but if I
tour
gotta
of
go
the
somewhere
helicopter
else,
facility.
if I gotta go somewhere else the week before or something like that, who knows? Like, I'm down, man. I'd love to get one more fight in this year, and then get ready for a big 2026.
No, man.
Let's go. Let's do it, man.
I really hope so. I really, really hope so. Come
Well,
on, BKFC. Let's go. We're gonna talk
I'm
to
gonna
Feldman soon.
go
We
ahead
have
and
to-
I'm gonna fucking pray for December 20th at Mohegan Sun, Big Ben
Oh
Rothwell
my
versus
God, that'd be
somebody.
fucking awesome.
That'll be great. All right, Mike. What else you got for Big Ben?
Hey, listen, Ben, I think we've said it all right now.
The fourth time, you guys be like, "All right, Ben, we're about to say
Yeah,
goodbye,"
yeah.
and then we talk another 10 minutes.
Hold on,
Yeah.
one more story though. Let me tell you this one. No, I'm just
Is there
kidding.
anybody even left? There we. like,
There are
fuck
people
this.
sticking around here. We do our show late. But yeah, thank you so much, Ben. Have fun this weekend. Everybody else, I've got a commercial to play for this weekend. So why don't you stay
All
tuned
right.
and check it out. Ben, take care. We'll see you soon. All right,
Guys,
man?
great stuff. Love hanging out with you guys.
Always
Thanks
a
for having
pleasure,
me,
my
man.
friend.
It's been awesome. We'll see you soon. All right, man?
Bye, guys.
Safe
Talk to you
travels.
soon.
Later.
Later.
Let's knuckle! This fight is over! Bryce Henry just keeps on rolling! I think that's going to be all she wrote. This fight is over! Not getting up! Not getting up! He's hurt! He's hurt! 10 is reached! We fight on time in final seconds round 2 now. Big left hands from Darren Finley! Now huge overhand right from Mona and down goes Travis Fortune. What a counter in this rock.
Oh, gee.
Love that guy. Love
Yeah,
that
he's
guy,
awesome,
Mike.
man. He is great.
So, of all the people that have said they want to become ambassadors, we have grown with the ambassadors of the sport, right? We've had the show for 5 years. So, like the Elvins and the Lorenzos and the Britons, Christine, we know them as the ambassadors of the sport, but the incoming ambassadors, nobody has taken it so serious as Ben Rothwell.
Oh,
No
no.
one.
Yeah,
No
way.
one.
Yeah.
Not
He's
even
always-
close.
He's always all for putting BKFC out, getting as much information out about Bare Knuckle Fight Championship as possible to everybody at the event, outside the event, on a podcast, on the sidewalk, in a bar, wherever.
Not even
He just
close.
loves it all the time. Yep, always.
It
Positive,
really,
always loves it.
We're not just blowing smoke up his ass. He
No,
is
he
in
doesn't.
the crowd, talking to people, taking pictures. He, like, Big Ben is all about this shit, and he truly, truly loves it. And I think, and I don't know, like, we don't know, but I do believe that the UFC is such a giant conglomerate that, like, they don't show the love to the fighters that these guys are getting. You know what I mean? And he feels it. And like he said, it comes from the top of the pyramid, and that's David Feldman in the BKFC. And David is a real motherfucker, dude. He takes care of these guys. Or he tries as hard as he can too. You know what I mean? He tries his hardest to take care of everybody.
I don't know how the hell they do it, to be honest with you. If people go to these shows, like, it's easy to talk about certain things, but I can't even imagine the amount of interactions he has in a single day.
If you
We
guys
go to
could-
these events and just see them for this amount of time and how fast things have sped up. Like, I thought he was busy before. I can't even imagine all the shit that goes on. Can you imagine everything that happens in this company, like on a day-to-day basis?
If you guys had any clue, like you would think that they have 5 times as many people working for the company,
yeah.
but they don't.
Yeah, if you think there's 100 people, there's probably like 20.
It's insane.
true.
It's insane. It's insane the amount of events they're doing, the amount of product they're putting out, the quality of product, the fighters they're signing, with the amount of people that they have fighting, working for the company. It is bananas. To me and Mike, we've been saying this for a long time, man. Like, I wish they would get a few more people in there. You know what I mean? And
Yeah, I
they're
think
doing
they have. I mean, they
They
have.
have. They've been bringing people in,
But
but
a lot of people do a lot of things.
for a
of
long time, we've been saying that they have been putting out this incredible fucking shit with like a fraction of what people think are putting it out. You know what I mean? It's crazy. So, anyways, man, this is a long show. Love Big Ben. Love Bryce Henry. There's not enough we could say about that kid. Like, he is a absolute phenom. So we've said it enough tonight. Bryce goes out there against Roderick Stewart. Good on
Battle
Roderick.
of people with first names as last names. It's happening. We went from Henry to Lindsay to Stewart. They all have first names for last names and vice versa. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well,
first names. It's the battle of first names as last names.
yeah. So tune in Saturday night, Hammond, Indiana, Bryce Henry versus Roderick Stewart. There's also a bunch of other. You got Derek Finley against Van Camp, the Jumpman, and the Co-Main. You got what's her name? The Marisol that made her debut in Sturgis. She's back on the card too. There's a bunch of fights. So check out those fights this weekend. Thank you to Bryce for giving us a little time before he flies out to Indiana tomorrow. Best of luck to you guys, and thank you to Big Ben for coming on as well and just shooting the shit with us. Give our sponsors a follow at Full Blast Clothing on Instagram, or go to their website, fullblastclothing.com. See their whole catalog. Company for the fighters and the fans. Hold nothing back in the ring and in life. Let's go. Full blast. Mike. It's late, bro. I drove 6 hours today. I drove 6 hours for work today.
I know you did. It's time to have at least 6 hours of sleep. If we get off now, you might get that.
Yep. So we're going to call it a night. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in tonight, and watch the fights this weekend, and we'll see you next Wednesday. Mike, what else you got for these peeps?
Peace.